It's us again.
Not Bingo, Franco, or Ella.
It's us again.
If you recognize that, I'll give you the gold star, people. That's the
We'll
one.
send you a gold star by a snail mail. Hi, Dime. Aloha. Good to see you again.
You're still among the living.
Hope your year is going well thus far.
I hope after like a Sunday into Monday, you got some sleep.
Oh my gosh, I know, right?
Man, why am I standing upright? Because I did. I mean, it took me a day or so, but then.
Eric,
hey.
hello. Hope you're enjoying your year so far.
Our two gaming correspondents.
Hi, Peter. Good to see you.
Peter,
Happy New Year.
Peter was there sometime in the early hours.
Yes.
I remember. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. Believe it or not, the last few nights I've gotten a lot of sleep.
Yeah.
So I'm okay. Well. I'm all right. Yeah, I survived.
Day after, I'm usually still too wired up. Like I was like out like a light at 5:15 a.m. for 3 hours. And then it says, like, oh, I'm kind of awake. And it's like, no, go back to sleep, idiot. And it's like, no, you're still awake. And it's like, oh, geez, get up, make the coffee, go do. And then during the day, you're like, and finally, like that night at about 10, it's like, cash it in. And it was like, big night sleep. It was pretty good.
Okay, so our stream is working on Facebook. I just noticed that. Wow, okay, good. Because it did not work on New Year's Eve, so.
Oh, yeah, like the day we really needed it to work all day, it didn't work at all.
Nope, but it's working now.
Ordinary broadcast. It's like, okay, sure.
Yeah, okay, good.
Okay, somebody was having a hernia. I'm going to just call
3 hour awake, 3 hour sleep.
Going to
Wash,
call that person
rinse,
Facebook.
repeat.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Dime. Yeah, same.
Yep.
Same. I know. Like although I crashed hard. I got out of bed at like noon the next day. So
New Year's Day, I was just taking care of some business, and I was just like, we watched something, and I was getting kind of sleepy, and then out cold for a while. A couple of wake ups, but right back out.
Elf. I finally saw Elf.
That's right.
Yes.
We were talking about Elf.
Yes, I finally saw Elf.
Many people were recommending, but finally just went.
Hi, Ben. Good to see you.
Access to stream and boom. Hey, Ben. Hey, wow.
Gettysburg,
awesome.
Ma'am. Good to see you. Yes, I finally saw Elf. We talked about this on Sunday. Yeah, I had never seen Elf until New Year's night.
Yeah.
Julie, happy 24 to you. I'm so glad you're here. Yay.
And any of you who joined us on the big 24-hour broadcast, actually 23 hours, but I'm not telling him that.
Hi, Lisa. Good to see you.
Able to enjoy the talents of both Demetrios here, Eric there, and Gettysburg Ma'am.
Yeah.
Did a ton of trivia.
Pepper Tree. Ben is here.
Pepper Tree. Oh, yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
Thank you. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, like, we just, and that was like end of the night, let that Pepper Tree came in and did their thing, but stayed on for like 2.5 times their stated slot. I got to hand it to you guys. Like, you just kept going.
I still need to go in and watch your video about the wine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm dying to. Yeah.
Big fun. But it was like.
Yeah, I've been sleeping a lot the last few days.
I conked for a second, came back, and I was like, oh, hey, you guys. And it's just like totally revived me. So. Gotta say that it makes all the difference.
Yes.
Like these little breaks where you can just work out the old sacro and you're like, okay, I'm good to go.
Oh, geeking out on learning to program milk drop visualizations.
Milk drop. Oh.
I have no idea what that means, but good. Good for you.
It's good to geek out from time and again. Many people here who can totally relate to that in one thing or another. And learning a new thing. That's one of those resolutions people do. On December
we love
3rd.
being engaging. You are engaging.
You are, totally. Seriously. That's one of those New Year's, December 31st things. People, I'm totally going to do this in the New Year. Well, a lot of things that you resolve to do are very vague and
Hi, Gene.
Whatever, man. But if you say, I'm going to learn this, I'm going to learn how to samba, you take the lessons, you go do it, and you're doing it, and it's like, oh, yeah, I learned how to samba. Isn't that great?
Hi, Gene, and hi, awesome. Ben. Happy New Year to you both.
But yeah.
Hello. We love you back. Thank you.
Please. Before we get too far,
Yes.
anybody watching the rebroadcast here, just want to say hi. Remember that you can't actually you can't actually comment on within the what am I trying to say?
The live stream.
You can't comment on live stream.
But you can still comment.
You
later.
can add comments
Yes,
later.
yes,
Okay,
you
so
can,
just bear
yes.
that in mind. I mean, I've had people ask about that. I said no, but you can watch your heart's content. If anybody here feels like, oh, I kind of missed your all day broadcast, it's up there on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
You want to go watch 24 hours worth of a throw? Sure.
Good for you.
I think that you might actually say, "Good God, what's going on?" But at the time, it was really a blast. We had never really just spent that much time. It was a challenge. We had some serious hardcore help from participants that you're looking at right now, who really helped make it happen. And then just the audience. We had people who were just watching for hours. And I think, what can I say? We're part of the entertainment, folks. Anyway.
So should we start preheating the air fryer?
Yes, we should. We have some air fryer snacks as advertised. You need this. I get the temperature right.
370.
Yep.
So we're going to do two. One we're just making from, I would say from scratch, but there's not much to it. And then one, I got a box of frozen snacks at the supermarket today that we're also going to try in the air fryer. So, yes. But in the meantime, I want to drink.
Because what do most people do with the air fryer? They buy a lot of those like little pizza rolls and throw them in. It's like, oh, these are awesome.
Well, I didn't get pizza rolls.
It works.
I got jalapeno poppers.
But you can also do things like.
So we'll be doing poppers on this broadcast.
You can also cut up a potato into fries, throw it in there with like a tablespoon of oil, like really low amount of oil. That's the whole point of this baby. And it will make great fries. And it's not like you need the deep fryer. And, a deep fryer is like half a gallon of oil, and then you got to filter it out. It's kind of a pain, honestly. I mean, we have a deep fryer, and we have used it. We've even used it at parties, which is nuts. And it works great. But can you do that with like a hell of a lot less oil and mess and fat and everything? Yeah, sure can.
I just want to be able to say we'll be doing poppers on this broadcast.
We will. We will indeed. In the meantime, did you want to try these nuts?
I do, but I need a drink first.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to put the nuts aside. Oh, there they are.
I'm going to sample. We meant to sample these on New Year's, and then that didn't happen.
Time got away from us. We only had 23 hours to play with, and we managed to not sample the nuts.
It's 23 plus.
Yeah,
okay,
it was plus.
Okay, so
it was plus.
I'm not reinventing the wheel here. I'm making a dry rye Manhattan.
Yeah. This is.
Hi, Hugo. Good to see you. Happy New Year.
So, in your Manhattan,
yes,
how much rye have you used?
Poppers. I have used 2 ounces of rye.
2 ounces. So you are going to need some.
How does the air fryer compare to a standard convection setting on an oven? We have that too.
We do, and I'm thinking honestly, all the air fryer is a very compact convection oven.
Yes.
That's all it is.
So pretty closely.
Because all a convection oven is an oven with a fan attached, so it circulates, and that's the really important part. If you get much more even air circulation going
okay, we'll see you later, Ben.
Hey, see you. Yeah. Awesome. Great to see you.
Oh, wink and a nod. Hi. I literally just got an air fryer in the mail and plugged it in. Haha. Okay, good. You can.
Hello.
We're doing chickpeas first, but yeah, well, hopefully it's.
Follow along.
Hopefully we'll give you some ideas.
We have tried these chickpeas before. They were very good. Did you do them oven or air fryer?
The chickpeas? I think I did them in the air fryer.
Okay.
Yeah. I've done them a couple of times. Well, I've definitely done them in the oven.
Look, at the end of the day, all you really are doing is getting better air circulation inside a standard oven. That's going to make a much more efficient
oven. Peter, yes.
That's just a minute, please. That's going to make a much more efficient oven. And that's the idea behind the air fryer. Okay. That's it. Complete talk. Done. Yeah.
Now, Peter, you're going to do shrimp and salmon in the air fryer. Yes. Yes to those. Okay, so I have done 2 ounces of rye, ½ ounce dry vermouth, and a dash of Fee Brothers Turkish tobacco bitters.
Turkish tobacco.
And I'm going to shake with ice and straight it into my cocktail glass. I would do a cherry. It's garnished with a cherry, but I already had a cherry, so.
You done with cherries?
I don't know. Maybe I'll have one.
You tell me, because I got the cherries right here.
Oh, we have twists too. Maybe I'll do a twist.
Do a twist.
Yeah,
that's a good idea. Dry Manhattan really begs a twist, I think. A cherry is sweet, and the sweet Manhattan really goes with, or a perfect, which is both of them.
I got an idea for my second round too, because you said we still have bubbles left.
We have some bubbles. We had a bottle that had a camphor in it. Did I make it over here? Yes, we did.
I see it.
Yeah.
Because I know we have an unopened
Yes,
bottle.
we do.
But
I might be tapping that.
let's get some of those bitters. Yes. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
I'm sure you could probably get them on Amazon too, Ben.
Check that,
So, yeah.
and you should be able to ship to you. Check your local stores and see if they will simply order them. That's an important thing. Well, what's your name? Glass. Okay. Do you want some decor on the glass?
Sure. Green to match with. Oh, you know what? Once again, I got rid of my.
Glass.
That's you, and it wasn't done.
When you have a sidecar coming to you.
Yes. Okay.
PA is so screwy with regulations. You know, I found, for one, they are one of these states that has the state-run liquor, and I have found that what they do with that is a little
twist.
It's a little odd. Truth. You tell the truth. Whereas you go
I
to
broke it in half.
Whoops. Okay. You New Hampshire, which has state-run liquor only, it's almost straightforward, and they've got a better selection than PA, in my opinion. Still, people who live there are like, well, if they'd only get good liquor in here, yeah.
Although there's a store in Milford, Pennsylvania. It's a great liquor store. I forget what it's called, but
yeah, it's like non-state run. So I guess that's entirely possible inside Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
it's just
good times in that store.
Right there in Milford, Q-Town. Seriously, real easy for us because it's like across the border, and 15 minutes you're there. So
Shimo.
The Shimo is the distant cousin of the shrimp. Wasn't Shimo?
Hi, Errol.
Michael Jackson talked about Shimo, didn't he? Yeah.
Now I'm bad. Shimo.
Yeah. People
remember that. Crazy. Oh, yeah. Oh, Errol, thank you. And Happy New Year.
Yeah, thank you for joining in. I mean, you give good comments, and, just being able to talk to people is awesome, But yeah, the entire lot here.
I thought that was Shimon.
Shimon.
Who really knows?
My Shimona? Anyway, it's a different thing.
Shimon.
You know it. I'm telling you, everybody remembers Shimon.
Shimon.
Yeah, Shimo.
I was Shimon.
Shmoo, What's new, Mr. Magoo? The whole thing. So you got those. You want to try those nuts now?
Sure.
All right. So,
hi, Julie. And hi, Band Garcia 2.0. Good to see you. I love your name.
All right. So we actually, you found these recently. These are a
Blue Diamond
holiday item. So they're
not going to be around. From the Blue Diamond Naughty and Nice.
The Naughty Nice edition. Blue Diamond almonds. They're peppermint cocoa. Ooh, peppermint cocoa. That's kind of can't really see that too well.
Right.
Anyway,
exactly. Get it toward me. I remember thinking, what is he saying? But singing it anyway.
We're gonna pop these right now.
Oh, Peter says that Milford Liquor Store was the first place I saw absinthe. Got it.
Yeah, when it came back on the market.
Sha-na-na.
Okay. Blue moon.
Just smells like an almond.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I'm definitely getting peppermint.
Peppermint and cocoa, yeah. I'm getting that. It's good.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're sweet without being really cloying. And the cocoa is kind of dark, so that's good.
But
a little salty.
Blinded by the Light. Well, that's like the whole Kids in the Hall sketch, Eric. Have you seen that?
Yeah. Well,
Blinded by the Light.
The problem with Blinded by the Light, as a Bruce Springsteen song, is that he didn't have a hit with it, but then Manfred Mann's Earth Band did. And they distinctly take the term deuce and pronounce it douchen. So that's why people are like, well, what he's saying is, it's like, I know what I think he's saying, but then you take a look at the lyrics and you know what the man wrote.
It's like playing a Bohemian Rhapsody.
Sing along.
Yeah, it's good. It's funny. Like when you first bite into it, it's like all you get is peppermint, and then that kind of subsides, and you get the cocoa.
Yeah, the cocoa.
Yeah,
it's good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little sweet, a little savory. So,
okay, so
setting them on the side. So we need to get these guys in
since the air fryer has warmed up.
Wing.
Okay, so I have drained and dried my chickpeas, my 1 can of chickpeas. And I'm going to mix them with 1 tablespoon of olive oil.
Okay. Just a little olive. That's the very important thing with the air fryer.
Okay, so I'm going to hand you this, but careful, it's dripping.
Oh, yeah.
And my 2 teaspoons of chili powder. Oh, here. 2 teaspoons of chili powder, and they say a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Honestly, I didn't measure. I just eyeballed.
You can kind of eyeball salt for the most part, I find. I mean, the thing is, don't just sit there pouring and pouring, because then, brackish.
I know. Okay.
We'll have to watch out for that.
Here's me mixing it up. Okay.
Mixing it up.
Hi, Bill. Good to see you.
Hello. Happy New Year to you.
Of course, the CCR bathroom on the right. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, so.
Oh, Julie, was really nailing it on the Jackbox.
We need to pour this.
I was actually doing adequately, but this is like 20 hours into our broadcast. The brain cells are not firing that fast, and you need to be kind of fast on Jackbox.
It took me a couple of rounds to figure out how the game worked, which I'm positive Dime explained it, but my head was also swimming at that point.
That's the thing. So you need to drop these and rock them up.
In the air fryer basket.
Okay. So here's your air fryer basket.
Very hot. Ready?
Drop it in. Don't touch.
I'm not going to touch it.
Do not touch, lady.
I'm going to fan them out.
So I can give it a shake. Don't fan them.
Okay.
Shake, and...
Wait.
What?
Hold on.
Okay. What? And how many minutes?
10. 10 to 14. 12.
Give me a 12.
Okay.
Boom. All right. Getting rid of this.
Yes, Julie was owning the games, right? Oh, okay, hold on. Just catching up. Okay, good. Oh, Julie showed up on YouTube too. Yay! All right. Okay, so there's a going for 12 minutes because it was 10 to 14. So, oh, I need something to put them in though.
Truth.
I meant to bring over a bowl.
What kind of a bowl?
A decorative bowl.
Name the bowl and I'll go get it. We get that blue one that's sort of like flutes out.
That's fine. It's kind of large, but
it is.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. It's a good one. It's a good one. Hey. Okay. I think it was an autopilot sleep mode. It was like when I went to take a disco nap late in the game, and I knew I had to get up because I could hear Paul out here, and he's having a great time with Pepper Tree Villa.
Was.
And I could hear it, and I'm like, I've got to get up. I had to force myself out of bed. I was just like,
Small earthquake here, or in California?
Oh, California.
California did.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even hear that. Oh my gosh, thank you. Otherwise, I don't think I've done well at all. Oh my gosh, if you had an earthquake, let us know if everything's okay. I hope. Yeah.
Seriously. Cool. Definitely.
I'm not hoping for snow at all. So I was just going along with my life today. And I'm in the supermarket, and I overhear the words that strike dread in my heart. Snowstorm this weekend. Ugh.
Oh, boy.
Because we're going into the city this weekend. So
but you also know
of course there'll be a snowstorm.
Anybody, any sidewalk superintendent in the supermarket is going to be talking about, so this is what's going to happen with the weather. So anyway, here's the way it's going to be, and they're all know-it-alls. And it's like, sometimes it completely fizzled out, and you're like, oh, well.
Oh, my gosh. So there was an earthquake.
Wow.
West Coast, yeah. You know what, Japan?
Japan, there was an earthquake, and there was, of course, a tsunami watch, because underwater earthquakes is what causes tsunamis.
Oh, Woof. Yeah, it took me a few to catch on to the rules.
And here we were just yesterday watching Poseidon Adventure. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I did get around to watching it.
Anyway, what's missing here?
I know. I was going to say, do you want to make a drink?
Don't mind if I do. I thought I would go with a classic because we happen to have the bubbles, and I was thinking also we were working the air fryer, which was a gift, and I was thinking about Christmas gifts. And a few years back, I got these for Christmas, and this is like just a test tube worth of sugar cubes that have already been embittered. And I thought, what do you do with that? You throw it into a flute, and you add bubbles,
Yes.
and you have instant champagne cocktail.
Oh, Eric, yeah, stocking up on food. Yeah, grilling in the snow. As long as I'm home, if I'm home, it can snow all at once.
I think this is.
What are you doing? You're just doing champagne cocktail?
Champagne cocktail.
Then we're going to open the other bottle of bubbles.
Yes, we are. So look, all this really is a sugar cube. You soak with bitters and pour. Champagne cocktail. Classic.
Oh, jeez, man.
Classic, easy. You let it sit there and it dissolves the cube in big fun, and that's just about right.
Champagne cocktail. I'm adding it to the. Oh, shoot.
Yep. Oh, shoot.
No worries. No worries.
No worries. No worries.
It's my own problem.
Okay, my thing. I'm going to tell you. As it sits here, it will dissolve the cube, and it really makes the cocktail come to life. It's a cocktail because it's got the bitters.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Okay, champagne cocktail. You keep talking.
I will in fact keep talking. And we have a few more.
I just tipped out a Shimon cocktail.
The Shimon cocktail.
Well, no, because I went to do champ, and it was CHAMO.
Shimon. Shimon cocktail. I'm not making the Shimon cocktail, but the champagne cocktail, definitely. You don't really have to stir this, because even as I sit here, this is starting to dissolve and bubble and bubble. And if you have if the bottle of champagne is just popped open, it should be very active and should help that. But it's already dissolving that guy down. So as this goes along, you'll get more flavor and sweetness out of this. If you think, I could use a twist, you're probably right. I'll get to that. I got a couple of shorty twists here that should do fine.
All right, I'm going to say in glass. Soak sugar cube in bitters in glass, like you would do it somewhere else, but
Yeah, well, sometimes you have to be a little literal with these things.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
I seem to recall.
I know we shouldn't open another bottle of bubbles, but you know what? Life is short.
I thought I'd make another one with bubbles because I was feeling it. Holdover from the broadcast.
What would play well with bubbles?
Broadcast.
Peter, you'd be surprised. A lot of things.
A lot of things.
Really, a lot of things play well with bubbles. I wouldn't do anything. Well, no, I'm not. You know what? I'm gonna take that back. I wouldn't do vodka because I think it would get lost.
Yeah, there's not much point to that.
I don't think vodka would work well.
Any liquor with flavor to it is going to add some base. The classic, in this case, of liquor with a bubble topper is something called the French 75, which we extol the virtues of frequently.
Oh, Eric, be careful on those steps because I'm like 1 degree of separation from someone who slipped on the stairs leaving her brownstone in New York City and was paralyzed from the waist down. So be careful.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, seriously. I think if it snows, I'm going to break out a grill and grill some stone fruits for a few cobblers. Get it for men, talking. Yes.
Now you're joking.
Yum.
Fire grilled fruits, that's the way to go.
A mild gin. You could totally do gin with French 75. French 75 is...
The original formula for that is gin cocktail.
Champagne and gin.
It's a gin cocktail. So it's real easy. And a lot of people will say, well, it's French, so therefore I'm using brandy. Well, I like that a lot, too. So I will definitely do that. But we've also done it with tequila. Works very well.
Dime.
Applejack, sure.
Dime, I'm in a level with you. I haven't looked at the news much in the last couple of days. So, yeah.
Came up on the zipper, so I saw that it happened. But that's about it.
So. I hit the ground running in the new year. I've been doing a lot of work, which there's some stuff I can tell you about next week. Can't tell you about this week, but there's some stuff I can mention next week.
Yeah. We've been.
Yeah, but
For one, the large rotating tree over there, you can see a whole video of that up on YouTube, has completely been changed out, and now it is
can't see it yet.
January tree. Yep.
But yes, I did redecorate the largest Christmas tree for January.
Redecorate.
So that was today. Pittsburgh had a solar tremor about 10 years ago. Oh,
Yeah. I remember the tremor.
Well, I grew up with earthquakes, so
yeah,
I get it.
You're living on. So.
Yeah.
But it should be borne in mind that on the East Coast, Manhattan is, I think Broadway is a fault line. You don't get too many earthquakes, but when they happen, it really shakes people up, so to speak. I remember the one in 2014, was it? That was the East Coast thing that was centered around.
Hi, Amy. Good to see you. Happy New Year.
Bethesda or something. It was somewhere in Maryland that was the center. Really, knocked some buildings out down there.
Oh, Gettysburg, man, that's so funny. Started my sourdough starter on New Year's Eve day. It's like having another child. You have to feed it, watch it, love it,
care for it.
I'm like that now with one of our plants.
Yeah.
I'm like, ugh, it's.
Well, it was getting pretty wilty, and
I think
we had to attend to it.
Well, and it's one of those that you really can't overwater or it will just die.
Yeah.
But so I was really following the directions and being careful, and it was just drying up. So I think it's the heat in here. So we've started keeping it in a room with a humidifier, and I cut off all the dead stuff and
keeping it near
knock on wood, but yeah.
Keeping near a window with some better light to kind of help it along. You gotta be careful. I know.
There was being a tremor here in Oklahoma once. We were sleeping and the bed started shaking. That arrow was shaking the bed, and I slapped his side and said, "Stop it." He wasn't. Oh, jeez.
Oh, oh man, I wasn't there.
Should I say it or not? Oh, no. That was 2011, Paul, if I remember that little earthquake. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember. Actually, yeah, because come to think of it, it couldn't have been 14 because I had already changed buildings, but that was the
Ben says, I thought someone was jumping on my bumper.
Yeah, boing, boing,
yeah,
boing.
It's weird. It's weird. I was in one time. I was in one time where I was temping at a high rise in California. I think it was actually the Taco Bell corporate headquarters. I temped there a few times when I lived in California. And I was driving to work one day, and it just felt like, I don't know, like the car shook or something. And it was an earthquake. And when I got there, people were freaked out because the people at the top of that skyscraper, like, it was just like, and I mean, it was built to take it. Mm-hmm. So it did what it was supposed to do, but I think being up there was not fun.
To be up to code, you have to do it.
The 1.6 tremor when I was a kid. Oh,
Manhattan buildings need to. The funny thing is, I used to work in a building on a higher floor that was one of the tallest buildings in Lower Manhattan, and in serious wind, and you get plenty of that in New York, that would go creak, creak, creak.
That happened to me in a building in New York City one time too. Yeah, it was just super windy, and it was like, ooh, it was weird.
And there are certain buildings that were notorious for that, like the Paramount building, which is currently owned by a name that I will not say on the air, was from the late 60s. Actually, was really notorious for kind of shaking around.
I think that's the building I was in.
Really?
Columbus Circle?
Yeah, Columbus Circle.
Yes.
See? Kind of a scary building.
In so many ways. I was sitting in a chair in the kitchen and started swaying back and forth and sounded like my washer was off balance. I looked up and the windows were shaking. It was a little scary. Yes. Hey. Yes, they are.
That's what we got. That's what it is.
Lisa and Errol wanted to know. Okay, go ahead, Eric.
Okay. Might as well let it rip.
I think the scariest one I was ever in California was I was at a temp job one day, and I don't remember like the size of it, but I do remember that like they evacuated everyone from the building, and like the sidewalk was just like
whoa.
Yeah, it screwed up the ground.
When a fault line really creates a fault.
Oh no. Okay, for those of you on Facebook who can't see this, I'm talking about earthquakes. Eric says, I thought you were going to talk about being in an intimate moment when the tremor happened, and what are you thinking? You're doing it right for
finally.
Once.
Thanks, honey. Well, this is an adult show. We can actually talk about such subjects obliquely, and it's fine. It's nothing dirty. So that's a kicker. Yeah, we're on both platforms just fine today, right? Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
People are commenting on Facebook.
It's just like something straightened itself out.
Okay.
You don't say. All right, so
I would say there they are. They're the nuts, but it's chickpeas. Nuts. Okay. Oh yeah, they sound.
They're coming out.
They sound crispy.
Yeah, I think they're coming out just
okay.
Fine. Very carefully. Whoa! Hello. Pop, 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 pop.
A little dangerous, but
danger, Will Robinson. Okay, get out of there.
So the earth moved, Amy says.
Where'd the earth move?
Talking about the intimate moment.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Seriously.
It's
like that.
The funny thing is, it smells like popcorn.
Well, it popped, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
There you go.
It did. I don't know where to put it.
You can let these sit for a minute.
Yeah, I know
right
it's
there. Yeah.
too hot to handle.
I need
Hi, Chaz.
I need a refill already.
Waiting for the Great Midwest earthquake. Oh, jeez.
No.
Yeah, bring the other bubbles. Oh, wait, are they in here? Are they in here?
They are not.
Oh, bring them. Bring it.
Come your way with Les Allées.
I was thinking about...
It's actually a Brut Rosé sparkling. Actually French product for once, you know. Drink a lot of Prosecco around here, but here's some actual French.
It just makes me think of Greece. Like, Italian Swiss colony. Wow, it's imported.
Yeah. Yeah. Wine with Twinkies.
Twinkies
there,
and wine. That's real class, Jan.
It says right here.
Right here, it's dessert wine. Bring on the Yellowstone mega volcano. Oh my God. Can you even imagine?
Oh man, here we go. Okay. Oh.
These hot still.
How are we doing? Very carefully eat them. Really good.
They're good.
Those are good.
These are good.
Those at a party, those will disappear pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
So the great thing about that is like you could throw another round in, and you know if they disappear, you just keep them coming.
You could do you could double this recipe too.
I mean, the thing about the air fryer, which is very good for parties, is fast.
You can also really do this in the oven quickly. Because I have.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say, watch them, but I don't know, 350, 15 minutes or so.
Something like that. Yep.
If you have the convection oven, do it. But
there was talk earlier about how does the air fryer compare to like sort of the tabletop convection?
Sandy's never
probably very favorably.
Yes, I had some of my aunt's wedding once. Well, ring a ding ding. I love Grace. I was in Grace. Wine with Twinkies. Yikes. It says right here it's a dessert wine.
All right. I'm just toppering.
I'm gonna need to make another drink soon.
Yeah.
Oh no! We have heard Josie pass gas. Okay, for those of you who don't know, Josie is a bird.
Yep. Didn't know birds did that.
I didn't know birds did that. I didn't know birds did that either until just now.
Josie probably surprises itself.
Josie was like, "What was that?
The heck? What? Who did that?" So, you've done it. Well, you see that's what happened when avians eat cardboard.
Try seasoned chickpeas in the air fryer. Ooh, yum. Yeah, we just used chili powder on these.
Yeah.
But they're good.
So basically, yeah.
Oh, hi, Devin. Devin says my cat passes gas.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, Amy says I have the Snoop Dogg sparkling wine. How was it?
We haven't had that. We've had the still wine.
Yeah.
From Snoop.
Oh, where'd you get the cool hat?
Okay. Oh, my hat. Yeah. This is actually.
It came from Spencer Gifts.
Yeah, it came from Spencer. I was wearing this for the live broadcast because I had the suit jacket, the club jacket that is, and also had a Christmas gift, the ascot. So I wore the ascot for the first time, and I said, I need the Captain Trips hat over here, or the Jimmy Buffett hat. I said, yeah, let's go with that.
Captain Trips.
So it's kind of perfect for the whole occasion.
It's kind of Thurston Howell meets Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, exactly that kind of thing. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Ooh, toasted chickpeas dusted in green curry. Yum.
Now you're talking. You see, so many variations here.
You could do anything.
You could literally
the world is your oyster.
Go to Trader Joe's, grab a can of chickpeas, Joe's Peas, grab like one of the spice mixtures from the shelf. They got one that's like an umami flavoring. They've got chili, lime. Throw it together.
Yeah, that's more or less what we did. They're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad, Amy says. Okay. All right.
Boom, 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 boom. I see. I'm mouthing these things.
I know.
Yeah, ma'am. I think you've totally got this exact thing.
We got that other one too. The poppers. Mm. We're going to do poppers.
The poppers. We're going to do poppers. Anyway. These actually have a little more. The fresh champagne actually has more fizz. But it's really going to town. Shocker. It's going to town on that sugar cube.
No, I want a champagne cocktail too.
I got a bottle in there. I could fill you up.
You know what? I could do different bitters, and then it won't be the same. Oh, except I'd have to go dig out a sugar cube.
We can get your sugar cube.
No, you know what I'll do?
What you gonna do?
I'll use one of those sugar cubes, but I'll add bitters.
You'll add bitters. Additional bitters. There we go.
Live and learn. Or live and learn.
Live and learn.
It was $3.99. Oh my God! What?
For what? What were $4?
I made more bone broth for the sick fam. Oh, Devin. The Snoop Dogg wine.
Oh, no, that's the price. Dang.
I don't think you could get it for that in New York.
No, but it's not that much more, I bet.
What about the Martha Stewart's one? Which one? The wine.
We did try that.
The cork.
Martha's Charred.
The cork has a picture of her on it, so I turned it into a floaty for our tiki room.
Like a Yakult floaty?
Man. Caught what Brett. Oh, Devin, I'm sorry.
Peter's asking should be a tribute to Crazy Eddie.
Oh man, I'm sorry you have an ear infection. That's terrible.
So Peter recently
a tribute to Crazy Eddie.
So Peter recently and showed him like a truly incredible thing that one of my friends put together, which was 99 commercials from New York television 80s.
Oh, Gettysburg Man. Yeah, we did try some nuts earlier.
More than a few Crazy Eddies in there. Oh boy.
I think because we tried some nuts earlier. Those were from Blue Diamond, but
yeah, those nuts are good.
But I'm gonna eat this entire can if you don't take it away. But we also have jalapeno poppers to.
I'll get that later. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do.
I'll find that ground into the carpet later.
Hi,
Kalaka boy. Hey, happy Wednesday and Happy New Year.
Yeah. Did we actually view the Rose Parade?
I slipped right through the Rose Parade.
Yeah.
I'm not done. It's as you can see, it's still Christmas here, so I can still watch the Rose Parade because I want to. It's important to me.
It's a classic thing. It's like Thanksgiving. You turn on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yeah.
It's what it's.
I only watched my other New Year's movie last night. Usually on New Year's Eve we watch After the Thin Man and Poseidon Adventure. I only watched Poseidon Adventure last night. So catching up, but I'll catch up on the Rose Parade.
Yeah.
Had a guy here in Wisconsin, Crazy TV Lenny. Based his shtick on Eddie. Oh my! I gotta look that up on YouTube because that's funny.
Crazy Lenny. He's also insane.
Snoop also got Martha Stewart on the Felon Snacks, so he and a bunch of rappers on bagged chips and pretzels. I know there's the Snoop Dogg cereal.
It looks an awful lot like Snoop Dogg, but it's a house brand. It's not actually.
No, it's
Snoop.
not.
There's an actual Snoop.
Yes.
No, the thing I'm talking about looks like.
No.
That's actually Snoop.
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It is. We're talking about different things.
Yes, it is.
No, different stuff. Telling you.
Christy got it too. Christy saw it too.
Yeah, I saw it, but it was from House Brand thing.
No.
I thought it was like some house brand thing from ShopRite.
Nope.
Okay, well, I'll take a look at what the hell I'm talking about, and then we'll talk about
what's what. You gotta hand me that though first.
Fair enough. Boom.
And Snoop Dogg ice cream. Okay. See, he's got it all going on.
Yeah, thanks.
I would say Snoop is an entrepreneur, but I feel like Snoop is more than an entrepreneur. I feel like Snoop is like, what do you call like
an empire?
An empire. Yeah, Snoop is an empire.
Well, he's reminding me an awful lot.
Entrepreneur just makes me think of someone like, hi, Daniel, good to see you.
Hello.
Yeah, entrepreneur just makes me think of like, you could be an entrepreneur just making things in your garage.
Truth.
Snoop is more of like a business empire.
Mogul is another good term to use.
There you go. That's what
business mogul. I'm thinking of Jay-Z. I mean, similarly decides to diversify early on. He's like, no, wait a minute. Let's get into clothing line. Let's get into food. Let's get into sports entertainment complex. And he's just like, he's this thing now. Man.
See?
Snoop cereal. What is this?
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Is this Snoop Dogg cereal?
He's a dog.
What's the relation to Snoop Dogg?
He doesn't believe me.
Yeah, well, I think it's not the same thing. Snoop Dogg cereal is something else.
Okay, all right. You keep
Snoop
talking.
Cereal. Yeah. Oh, I'll keep eating and talking.
Snoop Dogg and Master P's Broadest Foods and Post consumer brands have collaborated to bring some hip hop to the breakfast table. I'm just saying.
All right, maybe it is.
He doesn't believe me.
I saw it. I saw somebody.
Impresario, that's a good one too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My kid was a Snoop Elf on the Shelf this year. He was called Snoop on the Stoops. No, that's hilarious. I love that. Snoop is a mover and shaker. Yes.
Yeah. Very sad.
Yes, Pamela C. Martin is in Poseidon Adventure.
Absolutely.
She is indeed.
She's the young woman who was the sister of the kid.
Yes.
Who was also obsessed with the preacher. So.
Yes, and all he's taking is car shield. Well, and Law and Order SVU.
Yeah, he actually.
Not SUV. That's a car. SVU.
Law and Order and an SUV.
Oh,
but yeah.
Oh my God.
Man. But definitely.
Yes, Gettysburg Man, post a pic. Do it.
Please do. But yeah,
Snoopy is the original influencer.
If Ice-T doesn't appear to be the same kind of empire, it's like he's got a distinct acting career where he's doing pretty well. So, based that.
He's Finn.
Yeah, Finn.
Yep.
I always love. I
really
really like Finn because he's always the one on the show who's like, yeah, but that's because you did that one time. He's always just cutting right to the chase with these things. That's before you put the knife in her.
I like impresario. I like mogul.
Mogul's really
I feel like mogul is really the word, but
yeah.
Mover and shaker works too.
I was thinking mogul in terms of both of these gentlemen, and they are totally. But I could not call the word up, and then suddenly I had it.
We need those poppers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, truth. All right.
And I need a flute.
Oh, a flute.
I'm fluting.
I'm ready now.
Okay. I'm going to put my little decoration on my, thank you, on my flute.
What temperature do the poppers need to be?
I don't know. It says on the box.
Well, I'm going to start this at something and then figure it out.
Yeah.
This did not get particularly oily.
I think it's probably pretty
it needs to be
forgiving,
washed,
actually.
Yeah, it is pretty forgiving.
I like the, I hadn't even thought about the champagne cocktail idea, but that's a good one.
It is a great idea.
Yeah.
If you're having a party, you want to do something fancy, really simple, champagne cocktail.
Snoop should guest star on Shark Tank. I can't. Yeah. Has he not? I can't. I've never. Well, I've only seen clips from Shark Tank, but yes, he should if he hasn't already. All right, so I used one of those cubes like Paul used that's pre-soaked in bitters, but you know what? I'm going to add some of these Feed Brothers Turkish tobacco bitters because, oh, good. You posted thank you, Gettysburg Man. Posted Snoop in the VIP lounge. I also made a floaty from Snoop's head for my tiki room. Yeah, well, the whole thing about him giving up smoke recently, were you all following that one? Was like, did Snoop give up smoke? And he was like, shilling for these, like, I want to say like outdoor fire pits or something, but it was hilarious because people were so like scandalized. Ooh. Okay, so. Oh my God, is that what it's come to? We're down to saucers for plates. I think they're all on the dishwasher.
That may be why. So go higher. So there we go.
Did you get the poppers?
I'm waiting until it's ready to go.
Okay. I will take the bubbles though.
Oh yeah.
I soaked my cube in the Turkish tobacco, in addition to, thank you.
And there we go.
In addition to the already probably aromatic bitters.
If Trick can give up the weed, why not Snoop? Well, officially Snoop's not giving up anything. Still hitting the ball.
It was a whole thing.
I tell you, it
was hilarious.
It's a different world certainly in New York State since 2019, when this whole casual use thing was legalized, and then it's like, oh hell! I mean, you cannot go to the financial district area where I worked for some 18 years without smelling it. That entire 18 years. Lately, though, it's just like, oh well, hell, hell's broken loose.
AKA bend over on Jackbox the other night. Hi, Karen. Thank you. Good to see you. Oh, thank you.
Of course. Bend over.
Bend over.
A little stinker. Well, you know those two Scotsmen, Ben Doone and his pal Phil McCrevis.
I'm just thinking about Hot in Cleveland. Does anyone remember Hot in Cleveland with Betty White? Mm-hmm. When she had to create a screen name and she made it Bender Over. She's like, because I got off my bender. That's what I made my screen name, Bender Over.
Bender Over. Big fun.
I feel like these drinks are hitting me because I haven't had that much food.
Got more coming. As a matter of fact, this feels pretty hot. I think probably. I'll let that actually totally get to that. Yeah.
Although we have a private game we play among ourselves when we go into the city, which is I am fairly often
enough
lately. Use your words, Kelly. How far can we walk outside of Penn Station before we smell weed? Usually it's between 1/2 and 2 blocks.
I have found that a quarter of a block is about average.
Thank you, Karen.
Certainly, if you get through that exit that's very fancy, almost immediately, bang, bang.
Finn says, went to a concert in Manhattan a couple of years ago. It was all you could smell on the street. Yes. It's like, how far did I get? Oh, I'm not even out of Penn Station. I'm smelling weed.
I mean, all of the, your parents.
Oh, thank you, Gettysburg, ma'am.
Some of your grandparents would be like, well, back in the day when I saw Grand Funk Railroad at the Madison Square Garden in 1970, you smelled a lot of weed. I'm like, yeah, but, those days are past, and we're still smelling a lot of weed, There is no more Grand Funk. Jeez.
I am 100% positive none of my grandparents ever saw Grand Funk anywhere, ever.
Not your grandparents, and not mine either. But at this point, some folks, that's the thing. So
I went into the Aldi's yesterday and walked into a cloud.
Once it actually became legal in Manhattan, I found myself following young men who were just like hitting a spliff. And I'm like, so I just walk around behind you guys and free high? Okay. You don't get anything for free except that.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, I walk into
I call it happy hour.
I walk into a nice bar in Manhattan. I'd like a martini. They'd say $25, please.
I call it happy hour.
Good grief. A lot of money for a gin drink. You know what I mean? I call it happy hour. But that's the kicker. And I don't actually smoke this stuff and don't do edibles or anything. I just do this stuff. It's pretty legal and it's perfectly fine.
We don't smoke anything because I sing.
Yeah. Hello.
It's not a moral position. I'm a singer, so.
I don't smoke because my health insurance says no.
Although a lot of singers I know smoke, so you know what?
You never know.
I'm just paranoid. Is it any wonder a convenience store delivery service is called GoPuff? No. And I love that for a name because it tells you in the business name exactly what it is. That's pretty prevalent around here, Diamond says. Yep. Yeah, sometimes we'll be driving and we'll smell it. I'm like, wow, our windows are rolled up and we're driving and I'm getting that. I'm like, what a cloud is that? Hi, Pepper Tree. Good to see you. Yay. Earl says, I was at a concert and some people lit up. Scared me because I would get regularly drug tested in the military. Felt like I had to find a new seat. That's the thing. I was going to say that, like, there was one time I was around some people who were smoking, and I was afraid I was going to get on my clothes. And wherever I was going, I was afraid people would be looking at me like, what? Okay, so we're making poppers.
This recommends half a bag, so I'll measure these out.
Half a bag?
Half a bag?
I don't want half a bag. I want whole a bag. Whole a bag. So when you come back, would you bring the box, please, so we can see what we're making?
Sure.
Thank you. Jalapeno poppers. I remember that much. Oh, at least, I don't know, we have people are in stores nowadays. People get so mean sometimes. Maybe it would be a good idea for stores to pump it. Yes. Yeah, people were getting a little testy at the supermarket today. It was a little crowded, and I did not realize we're expecting a snowstorm. So I think people were worried about that. But apparently the snow was coming like Saturday night, and it's Wednesday, so you've got time to shop. And I know what you mean.
Okay.
Just spending New Year's Eve at Max's South Seas in Grand Rapids.
Hey.
The drinks are very reasonably priced. I love it, Ben. That's wonderful.
Yep.
Guilty by aroma, yes.
Big fun.
Wonder if Ellen Waits was there.
I don't doubt such
I feel like
things.
Ellen Waits would have been a very different experience if they had been pumping a dope. Okay, so we're having farm rich jalapeno poppers.
Yep.
Well, we're frying them.
Pre-breaded, ready to go, filled with cream cheese, that kind of stuff.
What were the directions? They would like you to know it's 100% real cream cheese. Like, I'm afraid to think what it might have been otherwise, but okay.
There's all sorts of things that masquerade as creamy, cheesy product that are just full of I don't know what.
Plasticizers.
Yeah, plasticizers. Melamine, that kind of thing.
They have to get that all-important bread, milk, toilet paper combo. Exactly.
Delicious.
Like, well, I remember seeing someone one time, like, what are they making? French toast?
Boom.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, we got a vote for
There's
Farmer
a storm coming. Okay. Okay, Farmer Rich is actually good. All right, I'm excited to try them.
Yeah, that's right. Air fried treats. Oh yeah,
Carradine.
like, from a brief conversation with you at what the hell time was it here? About 5 a.m. That I believe you do love the air fryer treats.
Yes.
And such, and everything you were describing sounds delicious. Just really amazing. So true.
Yeah. I need to go into New York City on Saturday. As long as I can get home, it's all good. With a French toaster. Yes, I've seen that, Amy. I know, we need that in New York. Ow, Pepper Tree says we love our air fryers. We have 2. Doug insisted on having both. I love that.
If you do not have an air fryer, but you have an Instant Pot, particularly the Instant Pot brand Instant Pot, Instant Pot now actually makes an attachment that turns into an air fryer. Woohoo!
Getty's
And you can
says
get
I
it for
use my
pretty reasonable.
air fryer an unhealthy amount of time during the week. I love that. Yeah.
Well, since it's actually frying with much less oil, it's a healthy.
Lisa, I saw the mozzarella sticks. I got these, but yeah, next time.
That sounds great. Yeah. So
I'm also wondering if I'm back to being the primary snow shoveler.
Yeah, I can hear it.
I feel like we're getting too old for that. We need to get a snow blower.
Yeah, our neighbor is a snow blower, and I was with him at one point where we were. He came over at one point to clear out our driveway. And I was wrangling the cable, and it was actually a little inadequate because it was a lot of snow. And I'm like, how big of a snowblower do you need for this region anyway?
You got to say in a timely manner. Want to get home quickly, yes.
Yeah.
As long as it's passable, it's all good. I'm not driving. We're taking the train, but we have also been stuck in the city because of snow. Because you get on the train, and it's like, oh, this train's not going.
What are you gonna do? Go back to Manhattan? And there,
I just got a little chill at my spine thinking about it. Honestly.
Shake, shake, shake.
Yeah. We should get a hotel room.
Yeah. We will see what needs to be done. Absolutely.
Crab rangoons are great in the air fryer, Peter. Yes.
Oh yeah. You
need to go snowblower or a 15-year-old. Yeah, I know. We don't have any 15-year-olds. We got small children.
A lot of small children around the neighborhood who are probably inadequate when it comes to shoveling. But if you had a gang of them, it might help.
Getting Greg says, no, sorry, Pepper Tree. We have 6-quart and 8-quart Instant Pots. Yeah, again, consistent on both. I love it. I will concede to using the crock pot. Yeah, I love my crock pot too. Bless you.
Wow.
One thing about the upper Midwest, we know how to deal with snow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if all we're doing,
because you go and get it.
If all we're doing is driving from the train station home, and there's not a lot of traffic, it's okay.
Yeah.
We're not driving from the city.
No, not gonna happen. Not
if you're stuck in Manhattan, you could try. Well, I would.
You know,
it would just be a lot of money.
If it were like 6 feet of snow and we duck into Sardi's and they want to stay open, I'll stay there.
Oh,
that's a happy
We just
place.
don't have anyone we can stay with anymore, so it would be hotel time. But
the time that we were stuck, we had a friend living around 57th Street, and New Jersey Transit was no help. Thank you very much. So I literally called him. I'm like, we're stranded. You couldn't possibly put us up. He's like, come on over. So we showed up with a bottle,
yes.
Of course. Things you need to do.
Errol. Yes. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Oh, Steve Martin and John Candy got their car out of the snow at the motel. Yes.
Too good.
Hi, Mom. Happy Wednesday and Happy New Year.
There you go. Hello. Good to see you.
My part of Wisconsin, there's still no snow on the ground. Oh, my gosh. That's so funny. Huh.
Shocker. Shocking. But yeah.
It snowed here already this year once, but only once.
We had flurries a couple of times.
No, it snowed once.
And there was...
It accumulated, but by the time we got out there, it was kind of gone. Yeah.
I'm like, any day where it takes care of itself, I'm good. But definitely. And we have threats of it at this part of the year, of course. And I'm like, that's how it is. You want to refill of the bubbles?
Yeah,
I did.
My cube is still
fizzing,
disintegrating.
Yeah. As we speak.
Thank you.
As we go. So we got food coming up. I need to come up with something myself. Maybe I'll just do a refill of the bubbles right now. I can do that all night.
I know we're not reinventing the wheel.
I'm not going to drive myself crazy having gone for 23 hours.
23 plus hours.
On Sunday into Monday.
Oh, jeez.
I could prevail upon myself to make another thing.
Trains in London stop. Nothing moves. Only stupid people from the U.S. show up for work.
Stupid.
Oh.
Stupid.
Oh, Ben says, just looked at the latest forecast. Of course, some of the heaviest snowfall before Monday is hitting the I-80 corridor.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. There just hasn't been a lot this year, right? But... My coworker bought her snowblower from Chicago to Oklahoma when she moved here. Told her she should have sold that in Chicago.
One thinks that you get snow where you are, but
Pepper Tree.
It really depends upon the section of the state.
Oh, Pepper Tree, no, you're messed by the afternoon. We loved chatting with you. It was so much fun. I was telling Ben, like I still need to watch the video about the chocolate wine.
Yeah.
I had the best intentions. I had the best intentions, and then like
a pretty hilarious section of the broadcast. Yes. We've seen, I believe, that exact product locally, and every time she sees it, it's terrifying. And I think, I really want.
I'm always like, ugh.
I want somebody to buy that so I can try it, and then I'll decide what's going on. But if I buy it and it's like, wow, this is terrible, then I'm stuck with a bottle. Oh man. I really don't want to do that. I mean, a lot of what we do around here is we try drinks that are considered classics, so you don't have to.
All right, Pepper Tree. By the way, our chocolate shop bottle of wine was delicious. Okay, good. Okay.
So
awesome. It was almost like a port. I'm so happy to hear that because, like I said, we've been curious. Like he said, we've been curious.
It has. And we actually intended to watch your show, and I was just zonko. So, but it's right there. We can just go to YouTube and check it out. Boom, done.
Ben, that sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
Came across a New Year's recipe recently, the 25th hour.
25th.
Sliced Scotch.
Port
Amaro, maraschino, and Angostura. I would love that. Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We both went,
oh.
That sounds really good.
Yeah. Well, I think, wine and chocolate, like I have a chocolate bar, like a nice dark chocolate bar. I have wine. You pair those. I could see that working. I just was never thinking I would put those in the glass.
Spouse works for a liquor distributor, so we get all kinds of strange stuff from vendors. Well, I love that.
Interesting. Fun.
Amy says, I just picked up a bottle of chocolate wine from Trader Joe's.
Hello.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, interesting.
All right. Okay, clearly this is going to be a future okay. Oh, all right, you got that.
We can do that.
All right, we're gonna do poppers right now.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy, they're like sizzling.
They're super sizzling. So I'm going to be very careful.
I might wait a minute.
Yeah,
they're
you're going to wait a minute.
Okay, they're tiny. They looked big on the box.
Okay, I'm going to give you 4 and let these hang.
Okay, I will. Do we need knives?
I don't know if you need knives. I just think you need to let those cool.
No, I know, but they're kind of big. Oh, Karen, I would love it. Yes, thank you. It remains unopened, Amy says.
Yep. Oh, careful. Gotta watch out for the sides of this thing. I mean, you really should be dumping these, but I'm being very careful to pull these out.
Honestly, I feel like I need a knife.
We'll get a knife.
You want a knife?
I'm good.
Okay, I'm gonna get a knife. I'm going to be tidy.
I'm doing this live on the air, so I'm trying not to. I don't have anywhere to dump stuff. Really, what I do with that basket is go bump and move it like that. So I just kind of caught myself. Be careful with that. I also have a cold thing right here. Oh, that's a good idea.
They're all dirty.
The ones in the washer are clean.
I got one of these.
Okay, well that works just fine.
All right.
That's a good thing.
Okay. Hi, John. Good to see you. Happy New Year.
Definitely, yeah. And
we were tied up. Oh, you weren't like kidnapped or anything, right?
No. Yeah, not that kind of tied up, but definitely. Thank you for subscribing to Kitsch-en, by the way.
Yes.
We really appreciate that. That makes a difference.
This is steaming like crazy. I'm going to let this.
I would give that a good couple of minutes before I decide to bite into it.
I know this is supposed to be finger food, but
you want to let those hang for a second. It's like if you get a fresh basket of mozzarella sticks at the table, let them hang for a second. Molten. Yeah, I'm not putting butter on this because this is basically it's full of cheese.
Butter?
Yeah.
Why would you put butter on it?
Oh, butter on the burn. No, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, I thought you meant the poppers.
That's a classic thing. Put butter on a burn.
Don't do that.
As anybody who's been through the Boy Scouts knows, it's like, no, that does nothing. Don't do that. But you want to cool it down. That's for sure. And I remember being at an event once where somebody got burned on a tiki torch. And I said, you need to keep it cold. You need to keep it clean. And I said, wait a minute, you're holding a drink. I said, hold on to this really tight because it's full of ice. That's actually a great idea. And, he got better. It was good.
Errol said you're not going to put butter on that.
No.
I totally missed that comment.
Now I get it. So.
Okay, Pepper Tree will be changing their time slot.
Early on Mondays.
Going live earlier on Mondays. Okay, good.
Yep.
Good.
Yes. And Lisa's noting that. Put butter on the burn.
Oh, no, Daniel, I got burned last night.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Cold water.
All right.
Yeah. Salsa with the poppers. We have salsa, as a matter of fact.
People tell me to put butter on a burn. I'd accuse them of being a cannibal. A nice salsa goes well with the poppers. It would, Peter. Yes. These are pretty spicy, which I'm not unhappy about.
Still waiting. Are you able to eat those without
yes.
molten lava?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll be very careful here.
Mm-hmm.
This one is actually oozing. I think I will attack this first.
Oozing. Butter or fat on a burn will make it worse. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You need to cool things down. The one burn is that the flesh gets hot and it essentially continues to burn. Oh my God.
Can we talk about something else?
So put some ice on it and just let it sit. It's like if you get like if you get a ding and you want it to not bruise, put some ice on it and let it sit there for a while.
Only if they add salt, at least have some seasoning. Oh, yeah. No. Can we talk about something else? Oh. No, because I burned my hands as a kid. My dad put Vaseline all over them. Oh no.
Wow. Why would you do that? That sounds really bad. Oh, geez. Yeah. No. You know, the benefits to growing up with a mother who was a registered nurse was that if you got a boo-boo, it's like she treated it and she treated it correctly. And you're like, okay, I'm healing up. And nothing stupid happened. And here's some of these things that people say, do this. I'm like, that's really daft.
Oh, bad. Got many glancing forearm burns back when I did restaurant work years ago. The scars are almost gone. Jeez. I worked in a restaurant for about 3 weeks, and yeah, I believe that. It's no joke.
I'm thinking about the stories.
Oh, Peter, let us know if you try the samosas. I want to hear how it goes.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, sounds good. Sounds good.
These are good.
Fast food samosas.
These are good.
Now, we have a local joint that will serve samosas that will be awesome. So
yeah,
I would probably start there. Definitely. I'm thinking of our friends who work in restaurant service who would tell stories of getting burned on the line and stories of the deep fryer and stories of that thing where you put receipts with a big spike coming through it. Oh boy.
Pepper Tree says we did a clip show of past episodes from 2023. One of the best was when Doug talked about an orange stealing squirrel in our backyard. Getting from him, squirrel! Of course, we all think the same thing. Christmas Vacation.
The squirrels and other rodents out there, I think, are very happy when things sit on your stoop for a while. Like you get a pumpkin that's been sitting there for a while, and they go and chow down on it because it's like just fermenting, and they're just like, hey, time for a cheap drunk. But that's basically it. And the bears will do the same thing. They'll just get totally loaded on that bunch of apples that's rotting out back.
Doug meant to say that the squirrel wouldn't suffer from scurvy, but accidentally said syphilis instead. Whoop. Well, it won't suffer from syphilis either.
Whoops. Yeah, no, neither. We've said that often about the small mammals who have been able to get into our compost from time to time, that they're getting loaded on the old lime peels. And I think, well...
Oh, Eric, why? Oh, Orange Stealing Squirrel sounds like a country and western song. Eric says, my late father was always a victim of the squirrels with attitude.
That's to be right.
Did he, no. Paul went there. Did he nettle them or why?
Somebody needs to invent that drink. Nit.
Night, Peter. Good to see you.
Thank you, Peter. Great to stop by.
We had a squirrel in the summer who was all about getting in our bird feeders. And Paul just called it Punk.
Yeah.
So I just named it Punk.
Which I think I keep seeing the same squirrel. They're very persistent pests.
The Orange Stealing Squirrel cocktail. All right. I'm available for that. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, the squirrels are
I'll do that.
We put out the bird feeders, the suet bird feeders, and the squirrels are fat, and they're just attacking the damn thing. We had it in the tree in the front, they just chow down on it. So I hung it in the back, they were chowing on it, and I hung it from a really high wire, and they couldn't get to it. But the birds were fine. So I said, aha, gotcha, Punk. And then I hung it a little lower, and the little buggers were actually sort of crawling along the line upside down to get to it. Jeebus, what the hell you got to do?
I think they were flinging themselves at it.
I saw one.
Because I remember one night I looked out there.
I saw one crawling.
I saw it just it was crazy.
They're very persistent with food, which actually means they clean up all the scraps. That's good, but seriously.
Daddy's rib man. I'm going to do this.
Nutty and orange bittery. We have both.
Yes. I'm going to do this
absolutely have orange
when I
bitters.
finish this.
Absolutely have orange bitters, and we absolutely have nutty liqueur, and we have sour, and we have good bases. So I think we can do this.
I'm going to do this after I finish this.
I think you have that thing going on.
After I finish this, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, it's good. Anyway, we have more of these in there. They're just keeping warm.
I want more.
I thought that 4 at a time would be a pretty good idea, and then the others.
Oh, Pepper Tree says our squirrels are bold. Yes, ours too.
Oh yeah.
They claw along the sides of our house. Ugh. Ugh.
Hot.
I sure going to try the jack-o'-lantern method where you smear peanut butter on the inside of the pumpkin and the critters have at it.
Big fun.
Right, hold on. The car getting into an accident and squirrels on the road high-fiving each other afterwards. Oh no. No.
Pink squirrel, but not an orange squirrel.
All right. I'm going to do it.
Well,
when I'm done with this.
Pink squirrel might involve pink gin, and orange squirrel might involve orange gin. There are such things. But the pink squirrel does not.
But we don't have them, so.
The pink squirrel actually involves.
I'll be slumming.
The pink squirrel is basically a grasshopper where you replace the minty stuff with, what is that? Creme de noix. That's it. Yeah. That's all it is, the difference. Which is pink. So.
He gave me, yesterday, he gave me some mint liqueur. And I was like, wow, this just tastes like mouthwash.
Minty liqueurs are classic, but they are difficult.
Are there more? You said there were more.
No, there are.
I'll have some more poppers.
Okay. Let's do that.
In my little saucer. You want this?
I got my own.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
I dropped some food too. Oh, Paul, what flavor is that? Oh, the Noya? It's like almond.
Almond.
Yeah.
Almond flavor.
Creme de Noya. It's like almond flavor.
And it's pink.
It is pink.
And I think, historically.
Is that it?
One of the major reasons, there are more of them in the box, but I made this many.
Oh, well, take one.
No, there's 3 more in there. That's 3 for you.
I don't want all 3.
Well, then eat what you want, and I'll eat whatever I want.
Well, if you give it to me, I'm going to eat all 3. But
historically, the reason that...
Hi, Dominic. Good to see you. Hey! Happy New Year.
Oh, well, you can always watch the rebroadcast, but I don't recommend you sit there for 23 hours watching the blow by blow, because that's kind of crazy. Pepto. The reason that a lot of places will make a Mai Tai red, is that historically nobody knew it was in a Mai Tai, but it kind of tastes like almond. And a lot of joints, when somebody asks for it, would say, okay, what's in that? Something tastes like almond. What do they got on the shelf tastes like almond? Creme de noix. Boom. Throw it in, suddenly the thing's red. So you get Mai Tai recipes that'll have grenadine because it's red. I'm like, that has nothing to do with what Trader Vic was talking about. And there you go. Somebody's trying to fake it because they didn't know what was in it. Well, now we do. You can go to the Trader Vic's site and find out exactly what was in it and make your own, and it's good.
Errol, yes, that was me yesterday. I had peppermint schnapps one time. Didn't care for toothpaste with ethanol. That's what it was like.
Yeah.
The attention span of a squirrel.
Boom.
Drop some food. Get Julia Child's self-cleaning floor.
Yeah,
you mean a dog?
Yeah, I was about to say, you mean her sheepdog? Boom, done. That's the thing. I do not know if Julia Child had a sheepdog. Although we saw her Kitsch-en when we were at the American Museum of Natural History, Museum of American History.
Oh, this is so. Gettysburg Ma'am, thank you. I love this question. Gettysburg Ma'am says, I've always wondered what you guys' bar/mixing background is and why you got so involved in bar life.
Bar life. Okay. Well.
The makers of a flaming moe.
Floor is yours if you want to proceed.
Yeah. I'm chewing.
Chew. I can say that the bar we're standing at was something she found in an antique mall in New Hampshire. We've noted this on broadcast before, but I'll note it again because it's not like you have cliff notes to this whole broadcast. And that she said like, oh, cool, and kind of bought it sight unseen. And I was like, I'm gonna buy this, knowing that I have nowhere to put it yet.
Well, I'd seen it, and I was just like, oh my god. And my mom and sister were like, oh, and they bought it for me, even though I had no place for it because I lived with 4 other roommates.
Yeah. And so they kind of stowed it on Mom's porch for a while.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, I start hanging out with her a lot, and then we start taking a look at bar guides, and then we start taking a look at drinks, and we start making things. And it was kind of a cool thing. And this is really right before this became the whole cocktail thing in New York City. And, a lot of places were still making pretty junky Mai Tais and really terrible martinis.
I feel like for me, it was kind of like the idea of the whole retro thing before retro was a thing. And because I was just into it anyway. I think a lot of actors are, honestly. Like, I think if you scratch an actor, you're going to find someone who's into that to some degree. And I wanted to move out of that apartment, and I just saw this bar, and I was like, oh! It felt very sophisticated in New York to me. I think that's really it. It felt very sophisticated in New York to me. So,
well, the big city is known for some noted watering holes. Which produce some very high quality products. I mean, it's noted for some very low-class watering holes, too. Before anything
with the stem became a martini. Yes. And then, okay, so I had the bar. And this is like when we were kind of like dating. We were kind of moving together. I was like, well, we need to learn how to make drinks. So I went to Doubleday Bookstore, which is R.I.P.
All gone.
And I was looking for bar books, and I found one that was the Sardi's Bar Guide, and like, hello, I'm in theater. So that was it. Like, it just like, we were off to the races after the Sardi's Bar book.
Sardi's, by the way, has a really peculiar Mai Tai in it. However, you want to talk about martinis, Manhattans, the classics, French 75. They had these things, and they do them well in their book, and they do them well on site. So.
Yes. Oh, Daniel says, well, I watched a TikTok yesterday where a bartender called a Mai Tai a wing it cocktail. No.
The way that martini is code word for throw anything in a conical glass and call it a martini, which is just like freaking crime. Mai Tai, to my mind, is code word for you're making a generic tropical and call it a Mai Tai. What do you got? Pineapple? Sure. Sweet stuff, sure. More sweet stuff, sure. More sweet stuff, sure. A twist of lime, sure. And like suddenly you've got a Mai Tai, and it's just like, there were like there were about 4 claimants to inventing the Mai Tai. None of them thought that it tasted like that. So even Don Beach, who invented something called the Mai Tai, which is not a Mai Tai at all, but is a pretty good drink, is still made something that was better than that. So I got to say, at the end of the day, you can find the formula for really all the classics in a number of locations, much easier than you could before. Follow the instructions, and you can't go wrong.
Dima's asking, were you both into mid-century modern stuff, tikis, etc., when you met, or did one influence the other? Okay, so since I grew up in California, I feel like I grew up surrounded by tiki, just like in an osmosis kind of way.
Big carved idols.
I mean, I wasn't going to tiki bars, of course, but I was surrounded by that
at culture. 16? No, probably not.
Or at 4? No,
not at 4.
I was surrounded by that, so I was very into it, and then like I've always been into the retro thing. I've always been into old movies. Like even when I was a kid, I would watch old movies on my little tiny TV, and I feel like it has just always been a thing with me. What about you, Paul?
Well, you grew up at a place called Newport Beach, and I grew up near a place called Newport. So, there's some common ground with large bodies of water
Yes.
at hand. If I didn't see a lot of carved idols, I saw one hell of a lot of nautical junk and like rusty old boats and a ton of seafood and a ton of cheap beers. I didn't have those when I was 10, no. But you see them. I mean, I knew people who were like, never against it now.
That's the thing. You grew up around it.
You grew up around it.
Yeah.
That's kind of thing. And these things, the whole tropical thing and the South Pacific thing was not far behind. I mean, one of my father's aunts actually served in the South Pacific and afterwards was so taken with it, she moved to Florida. And she was just like a Boston
Which
gal.
is like not in the South Pacific at all, but I get it.
She moved to something tropical that was near people. I mean, she wasn't.
Kalaka Boy, I know you do, because when we sent you our Christmas card, Kalaka Boy, I was like, oh,
saw the address.
I got it.
Saw the address, and thank you. Yes, absolutely. But and there was like a lot of if you had that kind of history kicking around. I remember growing up around a lot of like the late 19th century factory history. You would have all this detritus of Industrial Revolution kicking around. So there was this sense of like old and dusty, and you would see stuff. And like the mid-century hit the East Coast the same way. And the town I grew up with actually like kind of like its architecture was very reminiscent about what you grew up with, because it was all like built in the 50s, 60s, and had that look about it. And there was a lot of googie kicking around.
Oh, so okay, I gotta go back. Gettysburg Ma'am says NYC is the spot to nurture a mixology passion. Yes.
Well, doesn't hurt.
And Diamond's saying, oh, you both like that even as a kid, or how soon do you remember? I think because I had parents who were older. This house I grew up and was stuck in the 60s. I've always liked retro things. I don't remember a time where I was ever not into that. And I think that being in drama and theater was always a part of it. Like I was always around these productions that were set in the past.
Yep.
And I just think I have an affinity for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up around a lot of older relatives, and there was a lot of history that I didn't know anything about that I had to think about. So that was there. And if you looked around you found like a lot of 19th century stuff, a lot of 17th century stuff in New England, like a lot of really old stuff.
Gettysburg Ma'am say I grew up in the turn of the century home that sat on a Civil War property and sparked my love for vintage. Yeah, see, where I grew up, it was that all happened later, but yes, same idea for sure.
There's also the fact
coupled with I've always been a film buff. And,
yeah. If you could find these things, we had a couple of like good vintage cinemas around that had like ladies and men's nights that were $1, and popcorn was $1.50. You'd love that thing, and then like in the mid 80s, suddenly a lot of stuff started coming out of the woodwork, like stuff that had been locked up in copyright for years was suddenly back in release, like Rear Window, Alfred Hitchcock. Vertigo came back out. And you could go to the movies and watch this again. And like these were really cool films to see at the time. So that kind of stuff. And they were all second-run movie theaters to begin with. So it was fun that they would have some really, really old pictures. Yeah. Railroad stocks. Oh. Yeah, well, it's true.
Errol, I love it.
It makes it a little easier on the research. It's true. You used to have to spend so much time in extremely dusty, dry rooms in National Archives.
Peppers in my teeth?
Nothing I can see now.
Okay, good.
So, yeah. But yeah, that stuff. And there's also the fact that when I was very young, I remember like a couple of Chinese American food joints that just did the decor. And I don't remember tiki per se, but a lot of lights and floats. And it was just like, what's this? It was just this exotic thing. And like interesting food. I was always into interesting food. I remember my sister was always like, no, I don't like any of that. I was like, well, what is it? What are those tiny shrimp and orange sauce all about? Haha. Interesting.
Defunct railroads. We have some defunct railroads around here. So I feel like railroad aficionados really get into our area.
Yeah.
Because we have like 3 defunct railroads in our town.
In the town. One of them is still operating, actually. It's not quite defunct. but the lines are still there.
Mostly.
You ride the old coal line to get into Hoboken if you're trying to get to Manhattan to go to work.
If we're trying to get into New York City, we ride the old coal line.
You ride the coal line. Because
which is why it's often
the line that
up.
ran through all the towns got ripped out a long time ago. And then like the metro line is like, well, we need to do something. So they actually absconded with a section of the transport line and made it into commuter.
Kalaka Boy says maybe he'll do a Steamboat Willie themed stream since it's public domain.
Not going there. But you know what? Somebody will. It's all part of the fun.
It's funny though.
I'm actually glad to have lived long enough that the earliest of these trademarks is finally becoming available, because copyright is not intended to be forever.
Gettysburg Man, this is what I was going to say. I also feel like, since she's mentioning Brady Bunch and
Danish Modern.
I was a huge, and still am, but was a huge TV junkie as a kid. Mm-hmm. So I feel like even more than films, because I was really into films as a kid too, but TV played a huge part in my sensibility, because after school it was like Family Affair and Bewitched and
all that 60s TV was
Gilligan's Island,
heavy syndication when we were young, so it was around and you could see these things. Watched a lot of Gilligan's at the time. Very true. And a lot of these things had sort of that look, and you'd see shows like That Girl. Well, she shows up in a bar with Thatch, and it's kind of fun, you know?
Yeah, I love that. I love that everyone here is like preserving the stuff, because I mean, I know you cannot bring back the past, you cannot turn back the clock, but we can. We can all be like little museums.
For certain aspects, you really shouldn't. However, you could actually take the style and appreciate it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. You know.
I like that idea of like the Chicago in and out trains. It's like that's just a whole like 10-pack of blues albums waiting to happen right there. You know, you got a guy riding the rails with his harp, that kind of thing. Bang! Love that. A little shy action. But slightly obsessed with mid-century Christmas. Well, we have a little of that too, you don't say?
Yes.
Big fun coming through.
And Paul brought up today,
of all days,
some snowflake ornaments that we took out of the trash when our neighbor died.
Yeah. It was just being tossed, and I said, wait a minute, this looks like fun.
And we'd never used them before. Yeah. So I've already used some of them.
There was some breakage, but I figured out how to like make these work.
Doug is a big train fan too. I love it.
Oh, hello. Yeah. All
right. So I'm going to do this.
And of course, here's the kicker. There's a long history of trains in California, because the state starts developing as a United States state in the 1840s.
United States state.
Yeah. Well, that was all just like, you know, Spanish America for a long time. That history goes well back 100 years before the stuff that I knew.
Hi, Tim. You know, good to see you.
With the missions. Hey, hello, howdy to you, my friend. But then you've actually got a long period where it's like, how are you going to get around the state? And they build huge train lines. And it's this big thing. And it gets forgotten because they all got ripped out into the 1950s. But there used to be fantastic train service.
Orange Stealing Squirrel coming up.
Yep.
Exactly.
Hello.
So do you want this? Are you in on this?
I will taste it. I thought I would make something myself. I had an idea.
Oh, well, all right. So I'm going to make me one.
Yep.
So I need a cube.
All right. I'm going to take this guy. Unless you want to take this guy. Pardon me.
That.
We didn't actually use
He's
this.
He's going full disco.
We didn't use this on New Year's, and boy, as I was remiss, but I was a lot of it because it was this crazy, crazy day. So we're going to use this right now.
The Big Four was a huge part of train history in California. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Hi, Joe. Good to see you. Happy New Year.
Speaking of Joe, other Joe, playing Board Game Arena. Hey, Joe, we did a broadcast, and like Dime and Eric were like sort of wrangling the games.
Yes.
And we had a lot of fun. That was pretty early. It was pretty late in the day, and actually before midnight, but it went on for some hours. Oh. And I will say that I performed adequately, but the brain cells were not firing that adequately, so I was definitely not hitting it. But
you didn't shame the family?
No, I didn't shame anything, but we definitely had contenders who were kicking it pretty hard.
What are the measurements on this bad boy?
This is like 3/4 and 1. Yeah, it's 3/4 1 is what that is.
Wait, okay, so this is 1.
Yeah, the larger one is 1. So the larger one is 1.
Makes sense.
Yeah, big one.
Okay, so the orange stealing squirrel. Oh wait, I need hazelnut.
Yep. Yeah, big fun.
Okay.
So, is that the right side of this? Yes, I do have the right side of this. I gotta figure this out. So, yeah, but and you look historically where there used to be this fantastic light rail service. I think it was like the big Redbirds going from Los Angeles to San Francisco and all that. And then, suddenly it gets developed in the mid-century and it's just like, oh, that's yesterday's news, trash all that. So now people are doomed to spend like 3 hours commuting to work when it's like 35 minutes away. That's crazy. It's craziness. Well, there's also a commuter line in California, and when we were thinking of possibly moving there some while back, I thought, it would be hilarious if we moved there and I just rode the train. And everyone's like, what the hell are you doing? I'm riding the train. Why are you doing that? Because I know how to ride a train.
Because I'm a loser.
And I don't want to get bloody hell stuck in traffic. So that's the thing. Not that I don't drive. I have for a very long time. One of these days I'll get this thing open. There we go.
Did you get rid of my cube?
Nope.
Okay.
You're not ready for it.
Okay, so I am ready.
Oh, you are?
Yes. So, I cooled down my glass with a cube. I'm going to add 1 ounce of bourbon. This is for the orange stealing squirrel.
I'll let her prototype this item. Right. Train-a-reno. I hope that doesn't mean what I think it does. No, it means
Train-a-reno just sounds like, oh, wait.
You want to go to Yamble?
My grandparents came to California from Guatemala in 1906. LA had no port.
Shipped us.
Oh my gosh. I love stories like this.
You love the concept,
Okay, you did not bring
my grandparents came into the country.
He did not. Okay.
20s, 30s. Yeah.
Okay.
Various times. It's all immigrants, like 1.5 generations back. So definitely. And Ben is thanking Robert Moses. Now he used to thank for the mess that is like Manhattan highways. Thanks a lot, jerk.
So too bad Peter's not here.
That, you didn't need all this stuff.
Too bad Peter's not here because I'm going to do a 1/2 ounce of Grand Marnier.
Oh, hello. That's a great place to go.
Peter's a fan. Okay. 1/2 ounce Grand Marnier. So that was 1 ounce bourbon, 1/2 ounce Grand Marnier. This is going to be a little stronger than your usual champagne cocktail.
We're starting to talk about the railroad tycoon days. We want to talk about circa
tycoon. That's a good word too.
1890s, when the head of the Pennsylvania Railroad realizes, you can't actually get to New York on a train. You have to stop off in New Jersey and hop a ferry, and it's just really bugging him. So he decides, build a tunnel.
1/2 ounce hazelnut liqueur.
And builds another tunnel that goes to Long Island that also will take trains all the way through New England, and then the whole process does him, and it kills him, absolutely. But that is Pennsylvania Station.
You keeping up with these comments?
Oh yeah, no, it's perfectly fine. We're good. I'm talking about Penn Station, and that's the thing. The Pennsylvania Railroad.
We can dig it.
The Pennsylvania Railroad is why it's Pennsylvania Station. The
dash of classic bitters.
New York Central Railroad is why it is Grand Central Station. That's not all that well understood, but it's still, Grand Central didn't get destroyed. Penn did. It's truly a horrible station these days.
I will take the bubbles, please.
Coming your way.
Come on, yeah. Yes, it is Frangelico. Mm-hmm. I said hazelnut liqueur, but
it's Frangelico.
It's Frangelico.
Yeah, it's Frangelico.
Uh-oh. Trains are fun. I'm going to keep that in mind when I'm taking the train on Friday.
Well,
or when I'm coming back here Saturday night.
I always feel like trains are fun when you're watching Thin Man movies because they're always traveling by train. It looks fabulous. And there are people on the train who are just like, you want me to keep that fresh for you? And he's like, keep them coming. It's just, you have staff who is very dedicated, but the train was making money then.
This is so good. I'm going to add a little dash of lemon juice too, but dang, this is good.
Yep, that's the thing. Oh, a lot of great videos on YouTube. Penn Central, New York Central. New York Central was a vast system. The Pennsylvania was a vast system. By the late 60s, they were all broke.
Yep.
So for about 2 years, they merged, and it was called the Penn Central.
Yep.
And that thing got driven into the ground in no time. And then it had to be taken over. And it got taken over, I think, by Conrail for about 10 years.
Conrail.
And they ran that further into the ground. And finally, the Fed took over and said, we need a system, and did it. Now, do you need a federal system? Probably, because who else can afford it? And, and you need the commutation. You need the commuter trains, is what you need. You need the commutation. Do you need a long distance rail? These days, not necessarily. But when's the last time you traveled by plane, and what a nightmare that was? I'll take a sleeper car over that. Ooh, that's good.
I know, right?
Ooh, that's good. That's a lot of fun.
Okay. Are you?
When she invents these things, she has a lot of fun, and they're good. Definitely. Hey, Tasha. Oh, I hate when that happens. Damn it. There we go. Yes. Orange stealing squirrel. Yeah, they will. They will steal your nuts. They will steal your birdseed. They will steal your pumpkins. They will steal random. If you have a can of lard that you put out, they'll steal that, for God's sake, because it's actually.
Who puts out a can of lard?
That. I have a story about that I'm not telling on air because it's actually gross. But yeah, there are things.
Want to know who puts out a can of lard?
Yeah. Anyway.
Are you sure you can't share it on here?
I'll think about it.
Okay, so the recipe for the orange stealing squirrel is as follows. 1 ounce bourbon, 1/2 ounce Grand Marnier, 1/2 ounce Frangelico, a dash of aromatic bitters, a splash of fresh lemon juice, and fill with chilled, dry white wine.
Boom. There you go. What? Yeah, sparkling wine is what you fill it with.
Chilled, dry, sparkling wine.
Yes.
White sparkling wine. Hold on.
We have some commentary. Have you ever watched those trains in Norway? Oh, my brother introduced me to those. I'm like, these are strangely compelling. And they just go and go. You're just watching the perspective of the train going, and it's really cool. I like that. I have taken a few videos on our line, which have great width and perspective of the train going over the trestle and whatnot, the viaduct. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, I know, Ben. The you know what we like to do when we're in Penn Station, because that's where when we go into the city, that's
where we end up.
Train.
Yeah.
I like finding. Well, they've started restoring some of it. Moynihan Train Hall, which it's not at all old, but at least it's nice now.
It is new, although the structure is as old as Penn Station.
Yes, but I mean, at least it's nice. They're at least respecting.
There's a really great quote out there about this.
But I was going to say, like, if you can walk up to the post office still from the station, and you can see all kinds of like vintage details if you look.
If you look carefully underground, you can find little bits that were Penn Station. Everything below, floor level, you go down to track level, that's all original Penn Station. That has not changed. You still see staircases that have been there since 1910. Above that, it's all Madison Square Garden, blah, blah, blah. It's just some hideous thing. The reason that happened was that trains were obsolete, air quotes. And they sold the air rights, and they're like, oh, okay, well, you need to put trains in here, but you don't need to have a station. Razed to the ground. The fact that happened shocked a lot of people in the early 60s. Shocked them like to the walls. And people thought, why? How did we let this happen? Because you weren't paying attention. Suddenly they were paying attention. And suddenly there was a New York Landmarks Preservation Commission that was spearheaded by a lot of notable Manhattanites, like, say, Jackie Onassis. So those things happened, and that's also the reason that we do have Grand Central Station. It's self-threatened.
I just got my second best idea of the day.
There we go.
My best idea of the day was turning a staircase in our house into a vanity for me. But this is my second best idea of the day. You know how we've talked about having Glendora's wine tour, her Hudson Valley wine tour?
Truth, that's actually burgeoning.
I'm also thinking of having the Velveteen Lounge train adventure.
The train adventure. Oh. Where would that
Anyone
start?
have any contacts in the train world?
We might be able to figure out.
We could take the train like Nick and Nora across the country and like have sleeper cars and a bar car.
If it wasn't hideous, I'd love it.
I know. It can't be hideous.
If you're delayed to hell, you will think it's the worst experience ever. It's very true.
Oh, Pepper Tree. Yes, please have at it. I would love to hear what you think, actually.
Please.
Oh, Paul, Lisa puts out birdseed and squirrels inevitably get some. Yes. One squirrel brings us rolls of duct tape and leaves them on our deck. Figure she is saying thank you. That's so weird.
Where does the squirrel get the duct tape?
I know.
Can you pass me that rum, please?
Yes, I can.
I'm going to do a thing, and I think it'll work. So we're going to go with this.
I think it'll work.
Barking squirrel. Awesome.
Oh, Dummy says, my daughter has this rotating squirrel tree to attach to a poster tree and add 4 dried corn cobs. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the squirrels go to town on the corn. That's very true. So that's a shot of rum.
A train adventure. I know, right? We just got to get like Amtrak on board.
Yeah. Amtrak is not terrible. It's just underfunded, and there are issues.
You can visit Steamtown in Scranton and see the big boy. Are you in Scranton, Ben? That's probably like an hour from us.
Scranton is not that far. 15 launch car.
Here for a really cool VL meetup. Okay, I feel like VL meetup this year. Yeah.
We can get that kind of thing going on.
Or are you packing? Rivo? Am I Ravo? Rivo? How am I? You got to tell me how to pronounce your name. Are you packing? Yeah, I'm just putting with this liquor. Yes, yes.
I'm going to go with Rivo, but let us know.
Let us know. Yes.
Yeah, please.
I'd ride the Velveteen Lounge car. Sounds bougie.
I need that maple liqueur, please.
Yes, let's do it. Let's make this happen. Everyone just visualize.
Hour south has been.
Oh my gosh, we have to do this. We figure the duct tape is coming from a house where they're doing paint and remodel job. That's very sweet in a very weird way.
Very, Home Depot kind of way.
Yes, that's sweet, and then
the little contractors, shall we say?
The little contractor. So, what are you calling this, masterpiece?
Oh yeah, giving it a stir. I've got the disco ball mug, and which is
and
plastic.
what have you put in it so far?
So far, I got one shot of an amber rum, an aged rum. It's actually a nice aged rum.
Okay, and what else?
Actually, that's 5-year-old Dorado. A ½ ounce of lemon juice.
But you did maple liqueur too.
Yes, I did.
How much?
I did ½ ounce of that too.
Okay.
And I'm doing a sort of a variation on something that we have tried.
Mm-hmm.
If I can find the top of my mug, that would be good. Boom. Yep.
Okay. Combine in a disco ball.
Combine a disco ball with ice. I want to see if the balance is where I want it.
I just put combine in a disco ball with ice.
Give me the maraschino, please.
I
wanted
can.
to try that too.
Oh, wait. Amy says, let's get sick Peter on the phone. Oh. Get him to get us a grant to promote the rail system. Yes. Oh my God, yes. Amy, yes. We need you. We need you, Amy.
Hello. Need your advice.
32 hours of fun. Oh, wait. Oh, geez. Oh,
there you go.
Oh, I think I've seen that in motion.
Yep.
Home Depot's squirrel is nuts about home improvement. Will Glendora make an appearance on the train? Yes, she would.
I bet she would.
100%. She meant to make an appearance on New Year's Eve, and it just it got away from us.
Things happened. She couldn't make it from northern New Jersey.
It got away from us. Chef says I'm about a ½ hour from a vintage train museum with rides. And in was has a B&B train. We can make this happen. It's like a private rail car is about $9,000 a day. Sad face. Well, we need to find I'm thinking positively.
Yep.
We need to find people. The Franzia got to her. Yes, it did.
Sorry, I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, the big boy. We saw the big boy at the Smithsonian, right?
Did we?
We saw one of those frames.
Interesting.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
Smithsonian, like American history, has
Glendora would have her own wine
cars.
car. Yes, Glendora would have.
Well, Smithsonian has the John Bull. I mean, it's got like.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking.
The first
of,
is the first.
Bull.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
It's been modified heavily since it first started
right.
its life, but it's kind of been restored to what it looked like to begin with.
$9,000 a day. There is the vintage subway in New York City every year, which our friend went to this year. Everyone looks so amazing.
Oh, yeah.
She really posted pictures, and like every year I see pictures of that. I'm like, yes.
You know, New York.
And it's always like.
MTA will run some vintage cars, and you can go dress up and be on this thing. And I think I remember seeing that one year where there was a band playing in there, like probably playing hot jazz. I'm like, now you're talking.
Yeah.
They just have you can always hit the subway museum, which is in Brooklyn Heights, I think, in an unused station, and they have all these vintage cars, and it's really cool. A lot of fun. Yeah,
our friend went this year, but it was on like the 23rd, and we were already out of town, so yeah. But everyone dresses up like totally vintage and rides the subway. It's amazing.
Glendora would have her own wine car.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she would. It's fun to hear that as an old Pennsylvania Railroad car that people rent out for parties and such.
Now you're talking.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I'm feeling this. I love this idea. Did you make more?
These are the 3 that were from before. If you want some more, I can definitely make some more.
I could always just eat chickpeas.
If you want some more of these guys.
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
You want some more of these?
No, I'm fine. Seriously.
If you're good, you're good.
Oh, thank you. Gettysburg Yam. Yeah, oh my God. That would be so much fun.
Well, we have rails that go basically past the house back here. That starts somewhere around Newburgh and ends up somewhere in New Jersey.
If we drink enough, we could probably make the car move. A dime says, Chris and I went on a vintage steam train that the railroad ran for a day from Chicago to Joliet and back. Oh! Mm-hmm. Practicing to be a mother-in-law. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
I'm just here. I'll just sit here in the dark.
No worries. It's all good.
We used to have good conversations with your mother-in-law, I gotta say.
With my mother-in-law? You mean your mother?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we would visit, and we'd always get there slightly late, and then she'd crack out a bottle of white wine. We'd have a few glasses and talk. And we'd just talk for about 3 hours and then go to bed.
Okay, I fixed it.
Yeah. But it was really good to catch up.
Oh, most everyone was just vintage. It was so much fun. That's like the subway. We've never done it, but I've seen pictures every year and been like, oh, that's great.
We know friends who really do the vintage dressing to the T, and I bet they have done this tour.
Oh, yeah.
Big fun. Big fun.
Next stop, Willoughby. Paul was just saying earlier, it's like we didn't do a Twilight Zone marathon for years. I know. But, we've already established we're behind, so we could still do a Twilight Zone marathon.
We have some episodes upstairs. I think they're on the video disc.
Bring up the chickpeas?
Sure.
Thank you. Willoughby. Next stop, Willoughby.
Classic episode.
Push when you were little and we put you on the train to San Diego to see your aunt. I don't remember being on the train. Was that when I got... Was that when you guys bought me, like, Donald Duck juice? I remember I thought it was a bus, but I remember you guys bought us juice in little cans. It was like the brand was Donald Duck and comic books.
Yeah.
So maybe I do remember this.
Let's see to San Diego on the train sounds great.
My gosh.
Yeah, the coastal line in California looks awesome. It just runs through all these great towns.
Ooh.
Yep.
Oh, Gettysburg Ma'am, I'm gonna check it out. I didn't buy the half a gummy. Dime, I wish I had.
Dime, you are no more chatty than some people I could name, so no big deal.
Yeah, nothing wrong with being chatty.
Please, let it fly.
I'm just wondering, like, is that what I'm remembering? Because I remember being given juice and comic books.
I remember the juice in cans was Donald Duck brand.
Yes. Yes. I remember that too.
Just designed to get kids to drink their juice, after all. So I put some hot sauce on these guys here, and it's actually a very good idea. There was a suggestion of salsa, also a very good idea.
Yep. I'm loving the train idea.
Might be in contact with the Moscow PA Railway.
Yeah, okay. Oh, Ben, please. Yeah, let us know.
Information is information.
Yeah.
Which is to say worthwhile and essentially free. So
yeah.
Once we start pressing this out, we'll talk. But
thank you, Gettysburg Ma'am. Yeah, please make her. Yeah.
We've certainly been on these like regional tours, like bus tour kind of things. And they are not that complicated to set up, and they cost a certain amount. You figure it out, and then you come up with a ticket price, and away you go. That's it.
Vintage hot dog cooker. I love it.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I love it.
I
can't blah right now. I'm having my Smirnoff.
One of the things that I like to do is take a look at like vintage gift guides, and among the most fun that you can have is vintage issues of Playboy. Like from the 1960s, it's like Playboy's Christmas gift guide is just full of giggles. Some of it is just such idiotic stuff that was extremely expensive. And some of it was just fun. And like I took some pictures and sent it to a group recently. It's like, hey, check this out. You know, it was just, there was some games and stuff that was in there. A lot of fun kind of stuff. And they would just tell you like, here's the product, here's the price, here's where to get it. Back in the days before the internet, you had to have a really good magazine with good resources. And that magazine in particular made a big deal about, do you have a question? Contact us. And their subscription person would say, oh, here's how you do that, you know, taking care of it. Because it was a culture magazine. So.
Vintage hot dog cooker. I love that.
Yeah. You know, I remember the aforementioned mother-in-law, that is my mother, actually got us one of those tabletop broilers. And we didn't have any place for it. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Now I'm kicking myself.
Wait, tabletop broiler?
Yeah, one of those things. Definitely circa like 1972.
That was part of her stove.
No, that was not. She actually found one for us at a yard sale.
What?
Yeah.
This is the first I'm hearing about this.
You saw it at the time. We couldn't take it. But now I'm thinking we could probably figure out a space for that.
Oh, I would make space for that one.
That's kind of fun. Broil inside. When broiling is broiling.
When broiling is broiling.
When broiling is broiling.
Men were men.
And sheep are scared. But because, you know, when we got a new grill around here, I decided I'm just going to completely gadget it up, and we have like the rotisserie and everything. I always thought that'd be so cool. Well, we've made chicken on it, and it's just awesome.
Well, maybe you can do that on Sunday when it's apparently going to be a snowstorm here.
Well, grilling in the snow again. Here we go.
Playboy is definitely the most classy of the smut.
Playboy, if you take a look at their history, was trying to be nothing so much as Esquire magazine with, like, you know, some more literal pictures. Esquire had Vargas pictures, you know, which were paintings of women, but Playboy just had photographs. And also just had
Gettysburg, thank you. Thank you, yes. Swanky smut. No.
Glad to try it.
Yeah. I gotta shake things up around here. I'm going to turn the bottom of our stairway into my vanity.
See what you can do. We have the space. We have that space.
And
yes,
I have plans.
Got plans. Thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Look, gadgets from back in the day, like single-use devices, like an egg cooker. I don't have a lot of use for that. Whereas if you have something that will make yogurt, that will like quick, that will pressure cook, that will air fry, that will slow cook, that will make yogurt, that will actually like boil your eggs. Okay, that's called one of those Instant Pot things, and those work pretty well. The tabletop broiler thing is kind of fun, and oh yeah, that's good, and it's designed to not flare up, etc. And it just looks fancy. It's like going to a restaurant and they've got like the table side rotisserie kind of thing.
Table side rotisserie.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I think of the restaurants in Koreatown where you can just like cook your own.
Where you have hibachi in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
Of
Super
course.
fun.
Pardon me.
Oh my gosh, did you see this? Time says, fun fact. My high school gym teacher is in 1973 January Playboy. Look for the bird. See, I feel like now you could not get away with that. But
who couldn't get away with that?
If you were in Playboy, you could not be a teacher. I feel like now, but back then. But you know what? God bless. I love that she is.
Being in Playboy caused trouble for a
lot of women
who appeared in such things.
No, I feel like now it would be a problem, and I don't think it should be a problem. I don't think it should be a problem.
Back in the day, it was a problem, you know.
But not because.
Yeah.
That was Tim's teacher.
Yeah, but did your teacher continue to teach, or is there an issue with your high school? So, I know that, you know.
Give people a break.
Give who people a break?
Women. Give women a break.
Well, sure. You know, society doesn't do that and didn't back in the day, and I think that it ought to ease up a little. There were frequently problems with this and that because, you appeared in this and that.
She's probably a very good teacher.
Yeah, I bet she was excellent.
Yeah. School sexualize things too much. Exactly. Don't show your shoulders. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The things that these things do.
You deserve a break today. Exactly.
I'm thinking, wasn't that?
Oh my God, give people a break.
Wasn't that ad, which was from McDonald's, written by Barry Manilow?
Was it?
I think so. Because he was a jingle writer at the time.
Oh. He's probably gonna retire on that.
Well, he's done some other things that is his retirement, as it turns out. He's still on tour.
Well, once the guys all found out.
Like, you're
on a hunt at flea markets. Oh, jeez. Of course you were. Of course you were.
Well, you wanted to take a look, and I hear you. It's a thing.
Of course you were. And why wouldn't you be? You were young.
At that age,
I never got one, but my buddy did, and she autographed it before I. What?
Love that.
Man. Hilarious.
Oh, Barry's Very Strange Medley. My sister had that album, and she was really big into Barry, and my mother got her that album. And I remember hearing that a lot. So I remember the Very Strange Medley. But I remember the fact is that he talked about he wrote all these songs. They were all jingles.
I write the songs.
Yeah, he didn't write that.
But he writes the songs.
He does write the songs. Yes, it's true.
But that song
he had a hit with I Write the Songs.
But he was not the one who wrote the songs.
Yeah. He was the one who wrote those jingles.
He wrote those jingles. I write the jingles that make the whole world sing.
He actually made a big hit out of Write the Songs, which was not his song. But true. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, you have huge hits out of other people's songs. You're a songwriter. Sometimes I don't get it. But
I feel like I Write the Jingles doesn't quite hit the same way.
He did actually co-write Copacabana, so I got to say he had something going on.
We were talking about that today while we were stretching after working out.
Yeah, no question. Not his writing of that, but Copacabana. Yeah.
Copacabana.
Too true. I think it's really funny that there are certain people who are known, all of you music geeks out there, certain folks who are known as songwriters whose biggest hits were other people's songs.
Oh, yeah.
Harry Nilsson, 2 big hits, other people's songs. What?
Yeah.
He wrote songs for other people.
Yep.
Huge hits. No, some of the.
That's the thing. Like, if you write a song for someone else as a hit, woohoo! You're just cashing.
Who the hell cares?
So yeah.
You know, who the hell cares if you ever have a hit with it? You got it. You got the songwriting. But it's really funny when the stuff that you write doesn't hit big for you.
Well, 3 words: blue suede shoes.
Hey, Carl, are you upset by the fact that Elvis had a really big hit out of that record?
That song bought me a Cadillac.
Great story.
Strangest cover of Copacabana I've ever heard. The King Singers.
Kings.
What?
King Singers, not singers.
Is that? Yeah, no, I said King Singers.
King Singers. Yeah.
I said King Singers, but is that the same as the King family?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was like, because that would be really weird.
English vocal group.
Oh, okay.
I know the King Singers.
That would be really weird.
Yeah, that would be kind of funny. Be kind of great, actually.
Her husband was awesome too. Dude was also a gym teacher. He looked like an 80s heavy metal guitar player. His last name was Schneider, so we teased him about being T. Schneider. Ow! Diane, you had all the fun.
Hey, Schneider. Shut up, kid.
Joe, no. No.
No to what?
I don't know, but no.
No.
Just straight up no.
No. And actually, Joe, who's just dropped the comment there, really cut his teeth during the disco era. So this ball is very near and dear to his heart. And when we start talking Copacabana, he's like, oh yeah, that's the thing. He knows well. He knows the quality funk of the period, and he knows the nadir of the disco era when songs got terrible. But I will say that even like really lousy disco songs have a great beat.
All right, I'm gonna throw it out there. When did songs get terrible?
1979. When it was like everything was freaking disco, and when Hollywood was doing disco, bad man.
Cut it bad. I'm hot for teacher.
Hot for teacher.
Dime. Joe. This Joe is from Ohana, but not from.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
An Ohana pioneer. He was
an Ohana.
Yes, baby.
An Ohana pioneer, but not from. So if you go to Ohana this year,
you'll see Joe.
Yeah, you'll see Joe.
Joe will meet Joe.
Yes.
Yep. But definitely.
Stars on 45. Okay, so wait, what were we talking about?
We were talking about bad disco. Good disco.
Oh, I was talking about the nadir of disco.
Mm-hmm.
I was made for loving you.
Well, there you go.
I just want to hear what everyone posts.
There
yeah, okay, I was made for loving you.
Drop it here. When every group had to do a disco song, when everything coming out of Hollywood was disco, it's like, oh man, this is really getting kind of hard.
You, baby, you were made for loving me. Okay.
Every group had a disco song.
Drop them.
Stones had a disco song. Blondie had a disco song.
Oh, Disco Duck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Disco Duck is.
I'm just like wondering about the song that killed disco. If you had to narrow it down to one.
One song? That's rough.
I know. Like, you had to blade that right there. Like, what would it be?
I mean, right in that era, probably exactly at the point where it just tanked was something like Funky Town. But that's a great song. So I can't say that killed disco.
Good song, yeah.
That didn't kill disco.
No, that's not the song that killed disco.
No. I can think of a lot
What is the song that killed disco?
I can think of a lot of stereotypical disco claptrap that we have that I'm like, oh, well, this is a big nothing. But that didn't kill disco either, you know? I kind of think the Paul Lynde Halloween special might have killed disco, you know?
That was in 76.
Truth. It was still coming up.
It was too early.
Too early.
Oh, probably the damn Star Wars disco album. My Sharona. Okay, Gettysburg Man was saying My Sharona.
What is that disco? That's just a rock song. Yeah.
Do you think I'm disco, Steve Dahl? What?
Well, Steve Dahl from the Angry Samoans? Yeah.
My Sharona.
Punk.
Oh.
There is.
I'm trying to think of what I think might have killed disco. I don't know. I'm not a good judge of these things.
I might have it.
Because I probably love the song.
I might have it.
Okay.
I think what might have killed it and put the nail in the coffin.
Drop it.
Was when the Boston Pops do Saturday Night Fiedler. And suddenly, like, serious music, at least popular serious music, goes disco. And you've got Fiedler on the cover going, and it's like, okay, this is the end of it. You know, that's it.
I didn't know disco was dead. I'm with you, Gettysburg Ma'am. I did not know disco was dead. Yeah.
It didn't really die. It got a bad rap for a second, but then it just like
went underground. Miko Star Wars is a classic that nobody plays. I love that. I love Miko. Possibly the Ethel Merman disco.
Yeah, that's about the period where it was just getting ridiculous.
Oh yeah, old Chicago DJ. He blew up records on. Okay, all right, that might be it.
Yeah, well, he had that anti-disco day, which just means he's kind of an a-hole. I mean, he was really just pushing somebody's buttons, and it worked. People like got all upset about it. I'm like, well, what did you have to offer? 70s rock? Oh, don't even get me started. Jeez. I'll take disco any day.
I am all about the disco.
I'll take the Tramps any day over some of those crap rock records back in the era.
I am all about disco. Disco is the anthem in gay clubs. Yes.
Hello. Oh yeah.
When my friend who owns near Harrisburg and it's disco all day. Love it. Yes. 100%.
Keep it going.
I can hang in a disco, gay club any day. Yep,
well, you know, I know it was getting so commercial. It was getting ludicrous. But then I think of the stuff that was being offered on radio that was like, here's what you need to listen to, and I think this was junk. I really hate some of those records. So I'm with the disco. Years like at the time it was just like, oh, this is junk music, and years later I'm like, this has the funk.
Anymore.
And I really, really appreciate when you have like a 10-piece band that is laying down the funk. And it's a disco beat. It's like it's all being played live. It's all being played live.
They're
That's
giving
awesome.
up the funk.
Yep. Joe is pointing out the nadir of Top 40 Radio. It is pretty bad. Yes. Some of those songs are really weird, and some of them are just terrible. Terrible. Awful. What happened? It's the Beethoven.
Half the reason I DJ at gay clubs is because I get to spin disco. Dime, you should have been at Ohana the year we did a disco crawl room, but maybe we'll do it again this year.
You mean Hawaii Kiana? A celebration of both Hawaii Kai and disco.
My sophomore college year was held. Oh, the Beethoven killed disco. Amy, I will take your word for it.
That's still too early, though. That's like 1976. How could that kill disco?
No.
Now, a fifth of Fiedler might have killed disco. That's pretty late in the game. It also killed Fiedler. That was his last record, and the guy croaked. What happened? I made a disco record. I'm coming, Elizabeth.
I don't feel like that should be what kills you, but okay.
No. Well, yeah, he was like 79 years old.
Yeah. If you do, I'll bring my DJ gear. Just saying. I guess we just put together our crawl room.
Reignited the disco crawl room.
Yeah.
Paging jump.
All right.
One is just saying.
Yep. Joe, Dime. I guess we just put together our crawl room this year.
It's near and dear to my heart because it's actually formative.
Fiedler died of embarrassment. Oh no. Oh.
I have a friend whose uncle in Florida, who was ancient at the time, always claimed that Arthur Fiedler ruined classical music.
Oh God.
Because of the Boston Pops. And I think, well, that's
ludicrous. Roller skates and large rim glasses. Yes.
Snap, snap. Bingo, bingo, bongo, bingo. I tell you, when we did the room, we actually passed out swizzle sticks with a whistle on them. And I was a DJ, and I kept screaming at people, if you have a swizzle, give me some whistle.
Dime.
It got noisy.
We're going to do it.
Yeah.
We're going to do it. Yes.
Hey, I still own the white suit. It still fits. Well, kind of. Yes. The jacket fits.
We did a disco room before, but it was not a Glendora disco room.
Well, truth.
I'm just saying that, like, Glendora's disco room. Yeah.
Glendora's wine crawl sells out of wine every time. 15 liters of wine.
Le Freak.
Poured.
Yes, Le Freak.
Crazy.
If you want me to throw in some tiki vibes from Martin Denny, whatever, I'll throw down too. If they're disco Martin Denny vibes.
Well, Dime, you know about that. You know about that Lalo Schifrin record where he covers Quiet Village, disco.
Well, no, that wasn't. No. Was it?
Yes, it was.
I thought it was like the Ritchie sisters.
No, they do Brazil.
No, they did. It's the Ritchie sisters.
Oh yeah. Well,
yes, because I was in a store last year.
Mm-hmm.
I was buying vitamins, and I hear like, wait a minute, I know this song. This is Quiet Village. And it's disco. And then I got out and was like texting people like, what the? And it was the Ritchie sisters doing Quiet Village. I'm going to Google it right now.
Take a look at it. Got to see what's what. Yeah, I think you're right, actually. But there's also Lalo did a version of that. Well done. CTI Records.
Hold on. Ritchie sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Ritchie. Oh, sorry, Ritchie Family, Quiet Village. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Ritchie Family, and it was like 20 minutes long. It went on forever. Sounds divine.
It's divine.
Yes, I feel like there are two types of people: people who love disco. And people who lie and say they don't love disco.
I understand it got a little excessive, and what might have actually put the nail in the coffin is the movie Can't Stop the Music, which is a hell of a lot of fun.
Which I love, by the way.
So I can't say I'm going to slam it. It's a great New York picture.
Oh, Kalaka Boy is asking, hold on. Do any of your New Year's Eve guests also have their own YouTube shows? Well, Pepper Tree Villas definitely does. Villa, not villas.
Villa.
Pepper Tree Villa, for sure.
Yep.
And yes.
For years.
Dime, do you want people to come subscribe to you? Because drop your link if you do.
Drop it here.
Yes.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yes. Thought that myself. Got to go disco on Broadway. Killed it. Oh.
Who knows?
I don't even know that, but
the simple fact is every trend exists for a while and finally dies on the vine because people move on. I mean, 10 years earlier, it was all about that heavy, hard psychedelic sound.
Yes.
And that died too. People moved on.
Yes, definitely Pepper Tree Villa. Devin, it's Torcavian Tales.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're doing new videos now, but she has a channel too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, drop your channels in here, please. Like, I have no problem with that. I know some people are like, oh no, do not spam. Like, please spam.
Throw it down. Gettysburg Man was talking about doing videos. And
okay. Dime says I can't drop the links in the chat, but yes, I have 2 channels on YouTube.
Okay.
All right,
sure.
Dime, can you put like the name or something
so people can find it?
Lasted only a few weeks. It started Irene Cara.
Got to go disco. Well, if it didn't last that long, I doubt it killed it, but it might have been a sign that things were on the way out.
No, it didn't kill it.
But the simple fact is, 2 years later, you have like Flashdance with a Feeling.
When is my music?
Sound like disco.
Is it Dime? Is it DJ Southpaw or?
Give us a hint.
Yes. Just put like your name and then people can search.
There you go. Yeah.
I was going to make esoteric videos on my channel, but life got in the way. Hey, it's a new year. You can do it this year.
2024. You can check this stuff out.
Oh, okay. Dime just dropped his names. Okay. Perfect.
Go search on those. You'll find some stuff.
Gettysburg Ma'am says, I used to do history-related vids, but it was so time-consuming. I feel you.
I hear it.
If you've ever edited 2 hours of footage, oh, God, I know. I feel you.
I know. When we edit, when we finish,
Evo.
Ellen Waits, a 10-minute epic, it took us 4 months to get that down edited the way we wanted it.
Need to revive the classic musicals, Broadway Melody of 1936. I love those with
Kid
and Ginger. I know.
You're going out there an idiot, but you're coming out a genius.
You're going there a cabin boy, but you're going to come back a cabin man.
I swear these things. And here I am wearing the captain's hat. Hello.
When you think about it, disco kind of made a part of the transition into early hip hop. I can see that. Yeah, I'm sure there are like studies about this. Yes.
No great leap. I mean, the earliest hip hop was based on disco songs. So there you go.
Diamond's going to start live streaming games. Good. Awesome.
Hello. Now you're talking. Lisa subscribes to Diamond.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Boom, boom, boom.
Somewhere when line dancing hit country music.
Oh, man.
I feel like that was after I already moved to New York because I was like, what?
People will talk about things like going line dancing, and I look, I'm like, oh, good grief.
Okay.
Good grief. Okay. In the immortal words of Carla from Bad Moms. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. No. So, big fun. Talking about a disco revolution, you know.
Say you want a revolution.
All these fun parts. Everything comes and goes just like that, and some parties like to push it along, but at the end of the day, you cannot stop the funk.
Gotta have that funk.
There's a real prehistoric disco sound that probably starts somewhere around the motion picture Shaft, which is all kind of awesome. And it goes from there.
Tired?
We're about out of bubbles.
About out of bubbles?
Oh, what are you going to do?
That.
What are you going to do? I'm telling you. It's good.
All right.
Well, we've had 2 air-fried treats. You mixed up one yourself. I
know. It was that time. I know.
We busted one out of the box. Oh, I know. I could go for a while, but then I'll fall down. So, yeah. And you got to go with the funk. It's too true. 20 more hours. Oh.
20 more hours to go.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this another day-long broadcast? Okay, I'll bust out. I got to go. I got to run out and get some more bubbles. I'll be right back. Just a minute. No, I'm not going to do that.
I know. Our liquor store's closed.
I can't do that.
They close at 10.
I'd have to brew my own.
Because they're human beings.
That's so true. It's really crazy. We just did 24 hours.
Seems so quick after the 24-hour marathon,
and it's
right?
Like, what? This is a mere 2? What? What are you talking about?
Mere 2.
What are you going on about, man? Yeah, I'm amazed. I'm amazed. I am standing around after that thing just a couple of days ago. It's only the 4th. It's only the 3rd. It's only the 3rd. Good grief. I tell you, where am I? But, you can do something really crazy.
Bring it in.
You can do something really crazy and get out of it still standing. And then a couple of days later, you keep doing it. Because that's the point. And I'm seeing a lot of
Because it was fun.
Well, it was a lot of fun.
I got to say, the 24-hour thing could have gone either way.
It could have been a real drag.
It could have been a lot of fun.
It could have been a lot of dead air.
Or it could have been a total nightmare.
Yeah.
And Dime and Eric and Gettysburg Ma'am and Pepper Tree and Devin and Mikhail and Bobby and just like Dr. Shocker and all the people who chimed in and made it not a nightmare.
Really,
it was amazing.
Really late in the game, Dr. Shocker is like, I'm going to do like 3 different hurricanes. And it's like, oh, good grief.
Daniel
this is nuts.
1 hour less than our average inhalers. We're tired. Give us a break.
Yeah.
We should all just get a commune and live here. Oh, together.
Eric, I don't know about that.
All right. Well, may I recommend the Snoop Bubbles?
You may.
Oh, boo.
Hey, at $4, I'm in.
It does feel quick though after the other day.
It's funny. It's really funny. Like I could probably go for another hour, and I think, yeah, well, we got some things to take care of over the next couple of days. There's actually already this year starting to fill in. People are talking about, hey, we should meet up here, blah blah blah. This is the thing, and somebody was talking about something early in December, which we're finally going to go to on Saturday. So that's the thing. Got to take care of these things one piece at a time.
Hopefully, it won't be raining down snow when we get home.
Simple fact is.
But I'll stay home Sunday because you know what?
Simple fact is. Yep. It's all part of the experience, honey.
Oh, Lisa says you guys are awesome. Oh, you're awesome.
You're awesome.
You guys are awesome.
Please.
For showing up.
Come on.
Thank you.
You make the fun time. I could talk to the wall, and people would say, "Well, this guy's kind of interesting," but you know, you make the conversation flow. That's very important.
Oh my gosh.
I like to provide launching points, and people just go from there, and fun stuff happens. And like I'm still standing, and I'm not just getting like loaded on there and going. Ugh.
To a grill in the snow stream. You know, all right, maybe we will.
I'd be happy with that.
And yeah, and
done it before. Yeah. Done it before.
I had a thought, but it went out of my brain.
Well, it'll come back.
Okay.
All right. So simple fact is, you know how to support us. We've actually had some recent Patreon supporters join on. You can do that. We still have glassware. We still have the towels. We still have records. I know it's a Christmas record. We're past that, but Christmas is universal. You know how it is. And that's, and our Amazon store is back up. If you want to go to Amazon and start our store, we will be supported and blah, blah, blah. That's the kicker. Thanks a lot, Amazon. They're gonna kill us again in 5 minutes. But as always, we brought you some fun stuff, air fryer snacks, a couple of fun drinks. I had a unique one I just put together in a disco ball. Hello. I love how that sparkles in the sun here. Fantastic. You can get one of these, probably on Amazon. It might be in our store, I forget. Yeah, oh, thanks, Tom. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Julie.
Be excellent to each other.
Thanks, Tom. And if you are a patron, you'll get these recipes. If you have any questions, send them to us. As always, be careful wherever you go. There's a bunch of idiots out there. Please. I just say that under advisement. And always remember, no matter where you go, and no matter what you do, we will see you soon.
Good night.